this afternoon?
Louis, I reckon this could be absolutely anything. It could be Dolphins winning 40-20. It could be Cronulla winning 32-12. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm expecting the Sharks to win at home. But I do believe the score is going to be big because both sides love to attack. And they've both got some really good players in their back line that can sort of create something out of nothing. So, yeah, look, it's interesting. I've got no idea how this game's going to unfold, but I'm expecting the Sharks to come out and really sort of take it to that next level like the Panthers have. They've just got to complete sets, kick the corners and get their game right, build a bit of pressure on this Dolphin side and then really sort of starve them with the ball and they can get their play on. But the Dolphins, I can see them running in tries from the other end of the field. I can see Hamiso making breaks up the middle of the field. So it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds.
On the text line, 0467 920 222. Warren from Blacktown says, grand final prediction, Penrith and the Warriors. Have a good call, you guys. Thank you, Warren. Hey, Andrew, geez, I'm glad I didn't have, obviously, in the Stags drinking game. Phew, from Azza in Cairns. Obviously. In the New South Wales Cup, Raiders v Bulldogs was 28-26. Bulldogs score on New South website is an error. The last kick missed. Okay, so Canterbury held on to win that. Well, I appreciate that very much because you're right, the website says a draw, 28-26 though. I'll take your word for it, Canterbury over Canberra. You make our Saturdays and Sundays, Maury. Thanks heaps. Hope Monday's your best Monday of the year. Well, that's kind of you, Frank. You too. Monday, I reckon, will be because I'm lucky enough to host NRL Monday from 6:30 to 7:30. And you can hear it all, if not on local radio, then on the ABC Listen and the app and the green sports button where you hear all the games and pre-game shows. Because my co-host, Michael, this particular upcoming Monday is who?
Well, you asked for the best birthday present you could think of, and it is your birthday on Monday, so I'll be joining you.
I can't wait.
Oh, poor you.
I know, I'll be all right, Louis, thank you.
I should have turned you off just before then. Michael Carianis is my co-host for the second half of the show this coming week. David Nowra says, go my Tigers. Guys, good call. Weekend's a lot better now with the ABC. Justin Holbrook or Adam Bryan, and can't win at home still. Make room for another wooden spoon. From Jado at Shell Cove. I don't think you need to be that negative, Jado. There was no Ponga, no Sharp, no Brown. Up against a good side. I'm not as pessimistic as you, and I have been in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and you got that's a full spine. You take a spine out of any team, and it's going to be very hard to win. So,
and I also think Justin Holbrook's going to be a much better coach for you.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're in good hands. And I know it's disappointing they didn't get the win at home today, but they'll get a lot of wins this year, I think.
Players about to take the field here at Shark Park, Cronulla against the Dolphins. Then it's South and Wests in Gosford. Around the grounds in the New South Wales Cup first half, South Sydney 4 leading Western Suburbs 0. Super Rugby Canterbury Crusaders 12, Moana Pacifica 0. First quarter AFL St Kilda, what about this score? Leading the Giants 27-8. Second quarter of the netball, Queensland Firebirds 20, leading Sunshine Coast Lightning 16. And they'll be back in the cricket final, the Women's National Cricket League final shortly, I'm told. New South Wales currently ahead on the Duckworth-Lewis system. A-League men, Central Coast 1 away, leading Melbourne victory 0. A-League women, no score, Perth Glory and the Central Coast Mariners. Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore. Saturday NRL on ABC Sport. Looking forward to this game. Michael Carianis, who are you tipping? Are you going with the Sharks at home or not?
I'm going with the Sharks at home, but as you said, Andrew, anything could happen this afternoon. I'm not sure what to expect. Both sides have been patchy to start the season.
Yeah, I might go the other way. It might just be a contrarian. I'm going to tip the Dolphins. I think this could be a day where it does click, and it hasn't yet really, but I think today it may. I'm so transfixed looking at their team. Louis, the Hammer, as you mentioned, Jermaine Asako is a point-scoring machine. Herbie Farnworth could be the best centre in the game. Selwyn Cobbo's on a redemption year. Isaiah Katoa is such an exciting young talent, and their forward pack looks pretty darn good as well. So I'm going to tip the Dolphins here at Shark Park, but we will see. This could be a really, really good game of footy. Both teams 1 win and 1 loss. Tomorrow, incidentally, we're on air from midday Australian Eastern Daylight Time at Western Sydney Stadium, and we'll call the 4 o'clock game between Parramatta and St George Illawarra. Multicultural round, and the Dolphins players are coming out wrapped in the flags of their origin, and there's a great mixture out there. Their fullback, Hamaso Tabuai Fado. The wingers, Jermaine Asako and Selwyn Cobbo. Centres, Jake Avarillo and Herbie Farnworth. 5'8", Cody Nikarima. Halfback, Isaiah Katoa. Lock, Morgan Knowles. Second rowers, Kulikefu Finafuiaki and Connolly Lemuelu. Front rowers, Felice Kafusi and Tom Gilbert. The hooker, Max Plath. And the bench of Brad Schneider, Oren Keeley, Ray Stone, Trey Fuller, Sebastian Sua and Brian Punyu. Here come the Sharkies, led out today by Braden Trindle. The fullback is William Kennedy. The wingers, Sione Katoa and Sam Stonestreet. Centres, Jesse Ramian and KL Iro. 5'8", Braden Trindle. Halfback, Nico Hines. The lock, Jesse Colhoun. Second rowers are Billy Burns and Britton Nickera. Front rowers, Tom Hazelton and Adam Fanua-Blake. The hooker, Blake Brayley, and a bench of CSC for Talakai. Tobias Eric Rudolph, Oregon Kafusi, Braden Welly, Weni Hiroti and Teague Wilton. The coach, Craig Fitzgibbon. The referee is out there, Gerard Sutton, with his touch judges, Phil Henderson and Daniel Litringer. No, I'll try again. Litringer, I'm sorry, Daniel. And Grant Atkins is in the bunker. Louis, don't look at me like that, or I'll ask you to say he's big Nemcha Klaus Radamski again. Here's the kick-off from Asako. You behaved yourself then very quickly. Asako gets us underway. Towering kick down to the goal line, where it's caught by Kennedy. He gives it left to Hazelton and runs into some heavy defence coming in there over the top as Tom Gilbert. 7 metres out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. Sharkies running left to right as you look at your screen. They're in their normal colours, while the Dolphins, predominantly white jersey with the red shoulders, red number, red shorts and red socks, as now Cronulla Sutherland works it to the left edge. And taking the tackle is Colhoun, about 24 metres out from his own line. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Brayley, open side right centre field to Fanua-Blake. He's going to be caught by Lemuelu and Kafusi finally. 30 metres out from the Sharks line. Also in there was Max Plath with that right knee heavily strapped. Now Nico Hines. He dummies his way into the defence. Taken by Lemuelu and Kafusi. 12 short of halfway. Last tackle, Cronulla Sutherland. And the kick off the boot of Braden Trindle. Tabuai Fado looks at his winger Cobbo, but he calls for it. He has it on the 20-metre line. Returns it into Nickera, Ramian and Brayley, and actually forced backwards the hammer. About 22 metres out from the Dolphins line. A minute gone, no score. As now the ball played. It comes open side left to Cobbo. He's caught 32 out from his own line. Nickera, one of 3 defenders there with Fanua-Blake and Ramian. Played to Plath, comes centre field right, and Asako is shoved backwards himself. 13 short of halfway. Hazelton was there over the top. A commanding presence with Blake Brayley. Now Plath goes to the right edge to Knowles. And Morgan's tackle 5 metres short of halfway. 3 defenders in there. Fanua-Blake, Burns and Trindle. As dummy half is Plath. Goes left away to Gilbert. So good to see him back on the field. And he's tackled 3 metres in Sharks territory. Last play Dolphins. No score yet. Played to Plath. Goes right to Katoa. He gets a right foot kick. End over end down to the left wing of Samuel Stonestreet. The catch 5 out from his own line. Looks to be a good chase, and it is. Finafuiaki led it. 19 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. 2 minutes gone, Luke Lewis. A scoreless start.
Yeah, scoreless start. Not a whole lot doing at the moment, but both sides will be pretty happy just getting through their sets, getting to a kick and getting a little bit of those nerves out of the way. But it's going to be a bit of an arm wrestle here for the first 10 minutes, I'm expecting.
So now the Sharks have it. 32 out from their own goal line. And time off as Ramian's going to play it. Has to go back at foot. Plays it to Brayley. Goes left to Fanua-Blake. Bit of traditional Adam Fanua-Blake footwork at the defensive line, but he's claimed 8 metres short of halfway. 3 men in the tackle, including Kafusi. Now they work it left to right. Hines, Nickera, Ramian. And then off the wing comes Selwyn Cobbo with a good aggressive tackle. 6 metres short of halfway. 15 in from the western touchline. Last play now for Cronulla Sutherland. Brayley, short side right to Nico Hines. Drills a kick over the head of Tabuai Fado. Does well to get there and take it on the full. A metre out from his own goal line. Sends the pass right to Asako. He steps into the chase and he's scored there by Iro. 17 out from the Dolphins line. 2.5 gone, no score. Is now the Dolphins. Avarillo. He's up over his own 20 into a 3-man tackle and put down 25 out from his own line. Dummy half Plath. Turns it right to Finafuiaki. Good strong run. And he's up to the 40. Finally put down 9 short of halfway and 15 in from the eastern touchline. Plath dummy half. Goes left to Katoa and on the inside to Gilbert. And the Dolphin skipper's claimed by 3 defenders, including Burns and Brayley, right on halfway. Plays it now Plath. Centre field left. Knowles, Nicarima. Then away to Tabuai Fado. Saw half a gap. Shuts courtesy of Nicara. 40 out from the goal line. Played on the last. And it goes from Farnwork to Nicarima. He puts up the towering kick. About 18 out from the goal line. Kennedy, great catch. Got away from Katoa. Put to the ground now by Isaiah. 18 out from his own line. No score. Almost foregone. We check in on the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, pretty conservative start from both sides. They've started this game just getting through their sets, kicking well, making sure they're error-free. But yeah, neither side have chanced their arm yet.
So now in centre field, the Sharkies, 33 out from their own line. Don't forget your text messages remain welcome on 0467 920 222. The Sharks fans starting to make some noise as Nicker a good run. He scored 2 short of halfway. Plays at 15 in from touch western side to Brayley. Open side left to Hines. Then centre fielder for Nua Blake. Kafusi and Knowles are there to make the tackle with Plath. 8 metres in Dolphins territory. Last play Sharks. Goes left side to Trindle with a kick from 40 metres out. Down to the southeast corner. Flying through his hero, but it's taken well by Asako for the Dolphins. 8 out from the Finns line. Still no score, Louis. 4 minutes 40 gone.
There's no score at the moment, but there was a bit of an opportunity for the Dolphins in the last set. The way they set up the field was really, really nice, and they had the overlap. They just couldn't get the ball to Selwyn Cobbo. Would not surprise me if they continue to make that play work.
Now it is the Dolphins with it, and Avarillo is shoved back. 19 out from his own line. Played to Plath. Goes left, Tabuai Fado. Linked up with Cobbo, and Selwyn Cobbo scored 22 out from his own line. So just for the moment, the Dolphins pinned down. Plath out a dummy half, good run. Just gets outside the 30, taken there by Colhoun. Last tackle, Finns. Played to Tabuai Fado, goes right Katoa, and he sends a kick again down to Stone Street, who's on retreat, takes it on the full. 15 out from his own line, heads up over the 20, heads up over the 30 into Nicarima. What about the strapping on his legs? About 15 short of halfway. Played to Hines, sends the ball right to Katoa, and Sione's hit heavily by Gilbert head on, but it is a set restart for the Sharkies, and that is the first of this game. And now it comes left to Ramian, and he's put to the ground on halfway.
I watched that ruck very, very closely there. I didn't see anything in it.
Now, I didn't even hear the referee say anything. I just heard the bell. So I hope that was accurate. Here's Cronulla, 12 metres in Dolphins half. No score on the board. Sharks on the attack. The ball played to Brayley. It goes open side right to Trindle. Plays out the back to Hines. Show and go into Nicara, and taken with help there from the second row, Lemuelu. 28 out from the Dolphins line. Now it's Brayley for Cronulla Sutherland. Dummies. Goes left to Trindle. Floats a pass away to Iro, but in off the wing is Asako to make the tackle. 25 out from the goal line. 10 in from touch eastern side. Last play Cronulla. Brayley goes right. Trindle kicks to that pocket in the southeast corner. The hammer's waiting. Kennedy's coming through. The ball ricochets back, but it's a penalty. Kennedy was interfered with there by, Tabuai Fado was interfered with by Kennedy, and a penalty, the first of the game, goes to the Dolphins. 2 metres out from their own goal line. No score. 6.5 gone. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, that's the rule in there, Andrew. Will Kennedy was ruled to not be making a genuine attempt to catch the ball. He should have, because he had an opportunity there, one-on-one with the 2 fullbacks up against each other, but he just leapt too early, and that's what the referees are trying to discourage with to disrupt the rule. He leapt too early and didn't allow Hamaso Tabuai-Fido to get a clean catch at the ball.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Having a look at the replays, the Dolphins find touch, 25 out from their own line. And from the restart being dumped to the ground is Finafuiaki by Colhoun and Hazelton on his own 30. Played to Plath. Open side left it goes as the Dolphins work it through Gilbert. 10 short of halfway. They're offside, so a set restart here for the Dolphins. They're first. Plath goes left to Morgan Knowles. Dummies goes himself, the Englishman, into the defence of Nicara and Hazelton and Fanua Blake right on the halfway stripe. Now Plath dummy half. Goes left to Cody Nicarima. Turns it into Herbie Farnworth. He scored 6 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. Ball played to Plath. Goes open side right, Kafusi. Right up the middle he goes. Wrapped up, 32 out from the Sharks line. Nearly 8 gone. Scoreless start. Dolphins on the attack at the northern end. It comes to the right, Katoa. Slows it down. Goes right. Tabuai Fado away to Avarillo. And he's dumped to the ground. 21 metres out from the goal line. Great tackle by KL Iro. Last play. Goes left to Katoa. Puts up the kick. Farnworth chasing it. But it's a great catch. Sione Katoa. And he gets away from the first chaser. Gets away from another another one. That was Katoa. Through a third, Finafuiaki. Through a fourth, Katoa. And now Sione Katoa's tackled. 19 out from his own goal line by Morgan Knowles, who gave him a bit to go on with. Now comes left edge to Billy Burns. He's tackled on his own 30. 8.5 gone. No score. Cronulla Sutherland and the Dolphins.
Isn't he funny to watch Xiaomi Katoa? He's great when he gets the ball in his hand. He's got great footwork. He's always threatening the defensive line. He's good to have someone else punching into a hole just off him, and it might open up. But a little bit disappointed there in the Dolphins. They had a lot of opportunity. They were in really good field position. They call it transition sets, and they didn't throw any ball around. They went straight up the middle of the field. They've got to ask some more questions to score tries.
And they are a team that does ask questions. Here's Kennedy caught 5 metres in Dolphins territory. Played on the last. Comes to the left to a running Trindle. Then he puts a kick in over the top. And Tabuai-Fidow positions himself beautifully 10 out from his own line. And now tackled 17 out from his own line. Tackle there by Trindle and Iro. Plays it. Open side left to Osako. You can hear the grunt. Great sound effects, Dog, as he's tackled 26 out from his own line. Played the Plath. Goes left. Tabuai-Fidow links up with Cobbo. And the former Bronco loses it in a two-man tackle. Scooped up now by Sione Katoa. The mistake from Selwyn Cobbo and a great chance for Cronulla Sutherland. 27 out from the Dolphins line. Ball played Brayley. Set restart. Offside in the inside the 10 that goes against the Dolphins. And Cronulla's only 16 out. Hazelton plays the ball to Brayley. Comes to the right to Hines. Takes on the line himself. And in the Gilbert tackle, he offloads right to Ramian. Ramian straightens and he's going to be losing the football. Platt comes away with it for the Finns. He's over the 10 to the 20 where he's put to the ground. Still no score after 10 minutes. Around the grounds, New South Wales Cup. South 4 lead Western Suburbs 0. In the Rugby, Moana Pacific it leads Canterbury 14-12. AFL St Kilda at quarter time 34 points to 9 leaders over the Giants. Second quarter of the netball, Queensland Firebirds 30, Sunshine Coast 28. As now the Dolphins, Osako tackled 2 metres in Sharks territory. Played to Plath. Spins at centre field left to Knowles. Then Katoa away to the second row running through on that occasion. Lemuelu 37 away. Plath goes centre field right. Kafusi up the middle into Hazelton and Burns. Tackled 25 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. Last play, Katoa kicks across his body. Tabuai-Fidow coming through. Nickera the catch. And then the tackle from Tabuai-Fidow and Nicarima. 10 out from the Cronulla line. 10 minutes 40 gone. Still no score here at Shark Park after the Warriors remained unbeaten with a commanding 38-12 win over Newcastle. And now Cronulla Louis up to their own 20.
Yeah, well, it's just been back and forth. Both teams just trading sets. We've seen one error in the game so far, and that come from Selwyn Cobbo, but the defenders set nicely and they got out the other end. They're just getting to their kicks and they're waiting for an opportunity both sides. They haven't really had it, but it's just a full-blown arm wrestle at the moment.
So now it's Cronulla 2 short of halfway. Brayley had a dummy half. Tried to catch the markers offside, but he was okay on that occasion. Was Farnworth. Now it's Nico Hines. Kick downfield. Tabuai-Fidow untroubled. Watches Osako take it. 10 out from his own line. Heads to the 20 into Hazelton. And also in there Fanua Blake. Just outside the Dolphins 20. We check in on the touchline with MC.
Yeah, once again, the defensive of both sides have been pretty good. The Dolphins' last play options have been decent, but they've just allowed Cronulla to march upfield a little bit and just relieve a little bit of that pressure.
I must say, I'm really enjoying the start here. 12 short of halfway, the Dolphins. As now dummy half Platt. Open side left to Gilbert. Acceleration from Gilbert into the defence. Put down a metre short of halfway by Nickera, Hazelton and Braille. Centre field Platt. Goes left Nicarima to Farnworth. He was well marked but still got a flick pass back to Nicarima. Back in Dolphins territory. A long ball goes right to Isaiah Katoa, who's working in slow motion. Sent the ball back on the inside and Finafuiaki's claim 4 metres in Cronulla territory by Fanua Blake. On the last it comes right to Isaiah Katoa. Kick down to the 20. Will Kennedy great. Taken the footy and he's tackled 20 out from his own line. 10 in from the eastern touchline. Is it just me, Louis, or is Isaiah Katoa looking like he's in slow-mo at the moment?
No, definitely. There's a penalty here to the Sharks at the moment. I'm not too sure that's for.
I think it was a high tackle, Louis. There was very heavy contact coming in. Celeste Kafusi was involved. It's a penalty to Cronulla Sutherland. 22 metres out from their own line. 12 minutes 43 gone. And no score here at Shark Park. NRL Saturday on ABC Sport.
But I am going to go with you on Xiaomi Katoa.
No, it's Isaiah Katoa.
Isaiah Katoa, sorry. I don't know if there was actually head contact there. It was just a big hit.
I don't think no one's been placed on report at this point, I don't believe.
So what? he hits the ball.
Ooh. It was Kafusi, and that's what it looked like to me on the replay too, Louis. He's a really good touch finder though for Cronulla Sutherland up to halfway, and the tap will be taken by KL Iro. And Iro takes on the defence himself of Isaiah Katoa and Avarillo, and caught 11 metres in Dolphins territory, 10 in from the eastern touchline. Played to Brayley, goes right to Trindle, then away to Hines, inside ball to Hazelton, centre field. He's tackled 35 away from the Dolphins goal line. He'll play the ball now to Brayley, comes to the right to Hines, and turns it in for Nickera, runs straight to Platt, got a wrap around one-hander back to Colquhoun, left foot step and a fend away from one, now taken by Gilbert and Kafusi, 32 out from the goal line. Knowles is in there as well. No score, Cronulla Sutherland with a footy, 14 minutes gone. To the left side it goes to Fanua Blake. Turns his back on the defence, stands in the tackle, 21 metres out, and then told to go back a little bit. 2 tackles left, plays it now, goes right, Kennedy, Hines, out the back to Ramian. Right foot step from Ramian, who'll be looking to bounce back after giving an absolute bath by Casey McLean a week ago in Bathurst. Last tackle, Brayley. Sent it left to Hazelton, and he's crashed to the ground, 6 out. Was that deliberate, Louis, or did they forget the tackle?
Yeah, I don't think they realised that was play 5.
No, they didn't, because he just got up and played at Tom Hazelton. Changeover it is. Dolphins will get it back 6 out from their own line. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
For the capital B.
A little bit of attention to detail. They had to play at the back there. They had the Dolphins shot 2 for numbers, especially on that the left edge attack there for the Sharks. But they went short, and I'm happy just to get tackled a couple of metres out. But it's just, again, back and forth arm wrestling, isn't it? There's not much going on. They're getting through their sets and getting to a kick. I'd like to see a little bit of a break, a little bit of mayhem for a second.
Oh, no, I get you. But I kind of like this arm wrestle start.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Almost 15 gone, no score. Asako caught on his own 20 and plays the ball. That's Asako. The last tackle was made on Avarillo, and Asako, he's back slammed. 24 out from his own line. He'll play the ball to Platt. Comes right. Katoa kicks from deep in his own territory. Got a fair bit behind it too. Bounces 15 out from the Sharks line. Sits up for Kennedy. He's over the 20. He'll get back to the 30. Then he tries to slide through, but he's caught by Katoa and Avarillo. 31 out from the Cronulla Sutherland goal line. Plays the ball now to Trindle. He sends it left to Stone Street. Runs back towards centre field into Knowles and Avarillo. Caught 33 out from his own line. 15 minutes 30 gone. No score. You with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis, and I'm Andrew Moore here on ABC Sporters. Now Sione Katoa is put to the ground. 32 out from his own line. Centre field by Knowles. Slow to his feet. Plays the ball to Brayley. Sends it away to the left edge this time as Cronulla take it to within 9 metres of halfway. Ball played by Ramian, the right centre on that left side. Comes to the right to Colquhoun. Good strong run. Claimed a metre or two into Dolphins territory. Last tackle Sharks. Played to Brayley. Goes right to Hines. The kick from 49 metres out. Down to the southwest corner. Tabuai Fado with the catch. And he'll bring it back over the 20 into Nickera, Brayley and Hazelton. And he'll play 24 out from his own line. On the text 0467 920 222. I'm sure that's the first time I've agreed with Felice Kafusi, boys. Technically, an orca is a dolphin and capable of eating a shark, says Tim. Another says simply, let's go Sharks. So now the Dolphins 10 short of halfway, no score. Ball played by Sarko to Plath. Runs himself from dummy half. Was just about to give him a wrap and he's spilt it. Coming away with it, the Sharks through Hazelton. And he's caught 7 metres in Dolphins territory. So that poor carry from Plath presents an opportunity here for the Sharks. Played to Trindle. Goes right to Nico Hines. They're a bit bunched already, Cronulla. And Nico's tackle 37 away from the Dolphins goal line by Platt. Dummy half Brayley. Goes left to Trindle. Turns it into Billy Burns. He's wrapped up just short of the 30-metre line by Knowles and Finafuiaki. Now to the right hand, Fanua Blake goes without a knock on Cronulla Sutherland. And the Dolphins will get a scrum feet. 30 out from their own line. 17 gone. No score here at Shark Park.
I'm just looking at the body language of both sides. It must be really hot out there on the field because they're over in their haunches. You can see him really sucking in the big ones at the moment, especially Max Plath, like you just said. He looks very slow on his legs at the moment. I'm not too sure if his knees playing a bit of a problem. He's got that heavily strapped, but his leg speed out of dummy half and his fitness in the middle of the field could be giving him a little bit of trouble out there.
Is it the humidity, you reckon, Michael Carianis?
Well, I think a little bit of is the amount of time the ball's been in play. We haven't had too many stoppages in the opening 18 minutes, so it's been end-to-end action. It's not the fastest game I've seen, but the ball in play has been quite significant.
Here's Herbie Farnworth after the scrum win. Tackle for the Dolphins by Ramian, 32 out from his own line. Plays it and it comes open side right. They're 12 short of halfway. Great win by the Wars. You think the Warriors are a genuine premiership threat this season? From Doggy supporter Tim from Penrith. I'll let you answer that shortly, Louis. Here's a set restart now going to the Dolphins as Gilbert is caught 8 metres in Cronulla territory. The set restarts at 2 apiece. Played to Platt. Goes right to Knowles, away to Isaiah Katoa. Managed to get away from Billy Burns. Dummies goes himself and taken by Fanua Blake and Brayley. 32 out from the Cronulla Sutherland goal line. Dolphins on the attack at the northern end. Platt goes right to Kafusi. Bounced away from Burns and now put to the ground by Colhoun over the top with Fanua Blake. Played to Platt. Open side left to Katoa to Nicarima. Links up with Herbie Farnworth. Jinks left and right. Straightens back into Ramian. And he's going to be held up with help from Hines. 16 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. Played to the second row Lemuelu. Comes down the inside to Tom Gilbert. Held up by Hazelton and Brayley. Held is the call from referee Sutton on the last. Plath goes short side left. Isaiah Katoa dummies. In the tackle got it back to Plath. Plath goes right to Knowles. He's taken 2 or 3 metres out. Then threw the ball backwards in an absolute act of desperation. It's been touched by Cronulla and 6 to go. Kafusi drops the ball and it's going to be a penalty. No, it's play on for Amarillo. He dummies his way through and he'll score. Referee Sutton fooled me. He put the whistle to his lips. I could nearly see the P.
From Marco if it's no try.
He's awarded a try. He wants the bunker to check it out, but he's given the points to Avarillo. He just played the advantage, Luke Lewis. Try to the Dolphins. Jake Avarillo. Dolphins 4, Cronulla Sutherland 0. Perhaps the messiest try you'll see all year.
Yeah, but it's exactly right. You had Gerard Sutton out there about to blow the penalty, but he goes, no, you know what, I'm going to let this go. But he's checking to play the ball now. He throws a bit of a backwards, comes off Nico. No, who's that?
It was Trindle and Colhoun.
Yeah,
came on both of them.
This part here, you got Colhoun reaches out and gets Max Plaff's arm. I don't think you're allowed to do that. It goes to the ground, so it would have been a penalty to the Dolphins. And that was just a really nice try there from Jake Avarillo. Just sees a bit of space. I think it's going to be fine.
Touch the line, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, I think that will be a try too. It's more good luck than good management there from the Dolphins. The way Morgan Knowles was able to retrieve the ball was a fluke, let's be honest. And then I like what Jerry Sutton did there. He didn't blow the whistle, let advantage play out, because you're right, Andrew. He was about to blow the penalty, but let advantage play out and see how the play unfolded, and unfolded in a try for the Dolphins.
Dolphins 4, Cronulla Sutherland 0 here at Shark Park with 19 minutes 28 left in the first half. And as long as this is confirmed, which I believe it has been, Jermaine Asako, one of the competition's real sharpshooters, will take the conversion attempt. Not an easy one. He's 28 metres out and 8 metres in from the eastern touch line. Jake Avarillo opens the scoring. And like I say, it was messy, but it was proper. So Asako lining it up. Dolphins 4, Cronulla Sutherland 0. We'll get to some of your texts after the kick on 0467 920 222. And Louis can tell me whether the Wars are a premiership threat. A question from Tim at Penrith. Here's Isaiah Katoa and his teammates back on side. Jermaine Asako, he moves in, he strikes it, heading towards the post and hits the upright and bounces back, no goal. Much to the delight of the Sharks fans, but it is the Dolphins opening the scoring. They lead Cronulla Sutherland 4 points to 0. Louis, the Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're the real deal. The way that they're playing, and you got to remember, going over to New Zealand this year trying to collect 2 points is going to be a very tough task. So if they can win a few games over here in Australia at the same time, I reckon they're going to be thereabouts. They'll finish in the top 4. The biggest thing for the Warriors is just going to be injuries in key roles. If they keep everyone fit and healthy, and Tanner Boyd keeps playing the way he is, I think they're going to be right thereabouts at the end of the year.
Hi, Andrew, Louie and Giggles. Hope you'll survive the death trap that is Shark Park, according to Roy and HG, says Craig from Foster. Well, they're comedic, Roy and HG, but in this case...
Well, it's not as bad as Canberra. What? Canberra. It's not as bad as Canberra here. Poor camps around. They've got some stitches.
Well, yeah, that's true. Here's the Dolphins just outside the 20. But he didn't just get that magically. Plath goes left to Gilbert. He scored 25 out from his own line. Because I reckon, Louis, if you punch that glass, you might too. Ball's going to be played to Plath. Goes left to Nicarima. Then on the inside, hitting the ball up is Conley Lemu Elu. And Hazelton's there. So is Burns and one other around the legs. That was Colhoun. 14 short of halfway. Plath sends it right to Morgan Knowles. Taken by Hazelton and Hines. It's played to Plath on the last. Centre field right to Isaiah Katoa. Kick downfield. Straight down the throat of Kennedy, who fields a 12 out from his own line. A wall of Dolphins chasers. Nicarima's there with Lemu Elu. And the tackle completed with Gilbert there as well. 22 out from the Cronulla goal line. Played to Hines, goes left. Sione Katoa with a great step. But he's caught 26 out from his own line by Lemu Elu. Gilbert and Plath. Plays it in centre field, northern end to Hines. Sends it left away to Stone Street. And he scored just outside his 30. The Sharks look a little short of spark or something for me at the moment, Louis. Say that Billy Burns, he breaks free. He's over the 40. Tabuai for no to beat. Steps into him and Plath. 22 out for the Dolphins line. Just to raise what I just said. 4-0 Dolphins after 22 and a half minutes. Brayley dummy half. Goes right. Trindle away to Hines. Turns it into Nicara. Nicara's taken by Lemuelu. 19 metres out. Last tackle Sharks. It's played to Brayley. Goes centre field left Trindle. Hey-ho and up she goes. The kick. It's been chased. And it's knocked back by Cronulla into the Dolphins. First knock on Sharks according to Jared Sutton. Change over Dolphins. 10 out from their own line. Yeah, prior to that Burns break, it just seemed, I don't know that flat's the right word, but they don't seem to have much spark about them.
No, well, we go off the game that we watched here when they played the Gold Coast Titans. They were just, everyone was in position, everyone was doing the right thing at 100 miles an hour. They don't look as fast, they look a little bit slower, and at the same time, they look in no shape off the ball at the moment, so a little bit different.
I called them in Bathurst last week, and I thought they played okay against much better opposition, but I wonder if they've been flattened by that a little bit. As the Dolphins hit it up, Asako tackled 20, make it 32 out from his own goal line for the Dolphins. Plays it, Plath out of dummy half, runs into Fanua Blake and Hazelton, 11 metres short of halfway. Tabuai for dummy half, sends it right to the try scorer, Avarillo. And he's down on the ground on his back, just short of halfway. Last tackle Dolphins. Played the Plath. Goes left Isaiah Katoa. Kick down to the right wing of Sione Katoa. One to the other. Takes a 10 out from his own line. Runs into Nicara and Lemuelu. 23 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. 24 gone. 4-0 Finns. Let's go downstairs. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, just in relation to the Sharks, Andrew, I think that's probably a similar performance to last week where the defence did well, but just have no spark in attack. The only difference is they're not playing up against a Penrith Panthers side who are the best side in the competition.
All right, mate. Here's the Sharkies, 11 short of halfway. Love the call. Hope the Dolphins get up and go the Broncos from Charlie in far north Queensland. As Fanua Blake, good run up the centre. Taken 2 metres in Dolphins territory. He'll play the ball now to Brayley. Goes right to Nico Hines. He dummies, goes himself, flung to the ground by Knowles. 9 metres in Dolphins half. On the last, Brayley finds Trindle to his left, who puts up a spiralling kick down to the right wing of Asako. Good catch. 3 metres out from his own line. Returns it over the 10. Caught 13 out from his own goal line. After almost 25 minutes, Dolphins lead 4-0 over Cronulla Sutherland. Felice Kafusi comes from the field for the Dolphins, and Ray Stone comes on for the first interchange of the game. Right on the Dolphins 20 now. Tabuai Padot plays it to Plath. Goes left to Cobbo. He scored 29 out from his own line. I noticed Toby Rudolph is poised to come onto the field for the Sharkies. Farnworth works his way across field. Then in the tackle, a flick pass back to Gilbert, and he's taken there by Burns and 2 others. 4 short of halfway. Hazelton was in there with Colhoun. Now it's Ray Stone, his first hitter. He's nailed 5 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. Centre field, northern end. Last tackle Dolphins, and that's a horrible mistake by Isaiah Katoa. Plath found him to his right, and Katoa just knocked it on Cole. 14 minutes 30 left in the half. Dolphins 4, Cronulla Sutherland 0. NRL Saturday here on ABC Sport. Great game in the Shire. Always love to watch the Sharks, especially Nico. Amazing alley in Athens. It's great alliteration. G'day, gang. I'd like to see Nico Hines take the line on early in the game and all game. Go Sharkies, up, and keep going. Onias from Chris O in South Australia. Well, thanks for listening to us in South Oz. Chris O, we appreciate it. Here's Rudolph with his first touch, having come onto the field for Hazleton, and it's a good run too by Luke Lewis's former client. 3 metres in Dolphins territory. Brayley goes left to Colquhoun. Good strong run, and this is where they're trying to gain some authority here, the Sharkies, right up the centre. We saw good runs from Burns, Fanua Blake, and now Rudolph and Colquhoun as they spread it right to Nickera. He's tackled 25 out from the goal line. Played now to Brayley. Sends it left to Trindle, away to Hines. They got numbers. He floats a pass away to Stone Street. Left foot step, through Averillo, through Asako. He's over. Gee, this guy can finish. Samuel Stone Street gets the game-levelling try for Cronulla Sutherland. 26 and a half minutes gone. Cronulla 4, Dolphins 4. What a finish by Sam Stone Street.
Well, that is soft. That's a great finish there by Sam Stone Street. It was a beautiful ball, but soft defence. And Sam Stone Street, he just comes off his left foot. He goes through. He's got 3 Dolphins defenders in front of him, and no one gets near him. It's just a simple little swerve, brilliant speed, great fend, and a beautiful finish. Gets the Sharks on the board, and now it's 4-all. A kick to come from the sideline.
Downstairs, Michael Carianis.
Great ball by Nico Hines, but as Louis alluded to, there was multiple Dolphins defenders around Stone Street, and none of them wanted to make contact. They all just sort of stood and hesitated and looked at each other and just allowed Stone Street to burst through. A really soft effort there from the Dolphins, considering how well they've started this game.
4-all, and the conversion attempt will be right on that eastern touchline for Nico Hines with 12 minutes 27 left in the first half here at Shark Park. The Warriors have beaten Newcastle 38-12, and later in Gosford, South Sydney and the West Tigers. You'll hear that call with Glenn Lauder, Dean Hallertau and Ruan Sims. Then tomorrow it's Parramatta against St George Illawarra. The game will be at from midday local time, and then the night game tomorrow, North Queensland and Gold Coast at Townsville Stadium, and Quentin Hull making the trip to Townsville with Grant Bell and Laurie Spina. It's a 6:15 or 5:15 start, depending on where you are. Here's Nico, 24 metres out. Moves in with a right boot. He strikes it. It's off the upright. But just like at the other end, no goal. So Asako's conversion from the eastern side of the upright, so does Nico's, and both ended up bouncing back into the field of play. 4-all, Cronulla Sutherland and the Dolphins after 28 minutes of play. On the text line, 0467 920 222. Just converted another to your call from the other broadcast, Andrew. Well, thank you, Mitch. Luke Lewis is the best Sharks player. Looking at my radio, they're running west to east. That's unusual. You're going to have to turn your radio a little bit that way. 0467 920 222. The Dolphins defending the southern end of the ground, and they kick off down to the northern end, where it's going to be taken deep in the in-goal area by Will Kennedy. He gives it left to Toby Rudolph, and Tobias Eric got straight past Oren Keeley, who's just come on the field for the Dolphins. Tackled by Lemuelu. 10 out from his own line. Now Sione Katoa in centre field. Taken inside the 20. Around the grounds, New South Wales Cup half-time. South Sydney 6, leading Western Suburbs 0. Half-time in the rugby. Canterbury Crusaders 17, leading Moana Pacifica 14. Sharks head the ball right to Billy Burns. He scored 33 out from his own line. Second quarter AFL, St Kilda 49, leading the Giants 17. Here's an offload to the right to Nico Hines. He's floored, put on his back. 7 short of halfway. Last tackle here for Cronulla. Colquhoun slow to his feet after that really good pass. Kick downfield by Trindle. Who wants it? Asako does. Takes it on the full. 21 out from his own line, the right winger. Takes on Iro and put to the ground well. Just on the Dolphins 30. 15 in from the eastern touchline. Played to Isaiah Katoa. Goes right Averillo rather. He beat one, now caught on halfway. Stone Street made the tackle. Good run by Averillo. It comes to the left on the next play. Here's Tabuai Fado in centre field. He's taken 5 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. 4-all the score. Platt goes left. Knowles away Nicarima. Out the back to Farnworth. Farnworth takes on Ramey and beats him. Takes on Hines, beats him. Flick pass in the tackle. 30 out to the hammer. He goes to his right. Stone away to Isaiah Katoa. Show and go. Taken 19 metres out from the goal line. Quick play the ball to Tabuai Fado. Goes left now to Keeley. Oren Keeley dummies goes himself, dragged down, 9 out. Last tackle, Dolphins, Platt. Goes left, Nicarima. Back on the inside, Farnworth. Darts from left to right. Long ball goes right to Isaiah Katoa. To the 10. Fires a miracle pass and a miracle lead by Osaka to score. What a try, Dolphins. The skill level is extraordinary again. We saw some incredible skill in Canberra in the wet Thursday. Some incredible skill at the SFS in Melbourne last night. And some incredible skill in that try finished off by Jermaine Osako. 9 minutes 30 left first half. Dolphins 8, Cronulla Sutherland 4. What a try, Louis.
Yeah, that was a beautiful try. But Herbie Farnworth, he had a hand to play in this try. He had a couple of really nice breaks. But when they come to the left side of foot, no, they've gone the wrong way. They had 5 defenders, the Sharks. That was the wrong place to go. Farnworth knew he had to get the ball over to Katoa, and then he just spoiled this ball and hit Jermaine Osako on the chest. And if you give him a half a chance, Osako, it's very hard to stop. He can finish any try, and he puts it down in the corner, uses that nice dive of his. That is silky from the Dolphins.
What about Michael Carianis? That last pass from Isaiah Katoa, that was literally 20 metres left to right.
We saw a beautiful pass from Nico Hines for the last try from the Cronulla Sharks, and that doesn't even register compared to the pass we just saw from Katoa on his bad side. Beautiful ball at speed, cut out pass, hit Jermaine Osako on his chest. Beautiful pass and beautiful finish for a lovely Dolphins try.
So now the kick to come 30 metres out from the try scorer Osako. It could be the first time I've ever heard Michael Carianis use the word lovely. Here's Osako. 8-4, Dolphins leading Cronulla Sutherland. 8 minutes 30 left in the half. And Osako in the crouch. Looks up at the post. Study of concentration. A couple of steps back. In he comes. With the right boot. Jermaine Osako strikes it. Heading towards the post. He likes it. He's kicked the goal. What a kick. He's 1 out of 2. And it's now the Dolphins 10. Cronulla Sutherland 4. 8 minutes 25 left in the first half. All right. Around the grounds. Halftime New South Wales Cup. South 6. West Magpies 0. In the rugby halftime, as I mentioned, Canterbury Crusaders 17. Moana Pacifica 14. AFL second quarter. St Kilda 49, leading the Giants 17. Super Netball third quarter, 37 all between Sunshine Coast and the Queensland Firebirds. And the WNCL, that's the Women's National Cricket League final, back underway at Cricket Central, needing 220 to win off 32 overs. That's a rain-reduced target. In the 29th over, New South Wales 3 for 184. After Queensland Fire scored 7 for 332. A-League men at half-time, Central Coast Mariners away, leading Melbourne victory 1-0. A-League women half-time, no score, Perth Glory and Central Coast Mariners. So now play 2. It's Finafuiaki playing it to Plath. He sends it left to Keeley. Oren Keeley looking for a way to offload, but he can't. And over the top comes Talakai just on the field with Brayley. 14 short of halfway. Plath goes left. Knowles, short ball away to support Connolly Lemuelu. Caught in a 3-man tackle. 2 short of halfway. Also out there, Oregon Kafusi for Cronulla Sutherland. Plath goes right. Keeley, a right foot step. Claimed 8 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. And he'll play it on the last. 10-4 to the Dolphins. Katoa. That's Isaiah with a kick from 41 metres out. Sprinting after it with a catch is Samuel Stone Street. And he steps into the chase and he's nailed 8 metres out from his own goal line. In there was Knowles, along too with Ray Stone. Plays the ball and Trindle sends it right as the Sharks get 10 out from their own line. And that's where it'll be played by Sione Katoa. Does so now to Hines. Goes left to Ramian. Knocked to the ground on play 3. 16 out from his own line. Out of dummy. Half goes Blake Brayley. That's the run they needed. And he got a one-handed offload away to Talakai. He goes without it. He's claiming he was tackled on suspicion. But the Dolphins come away with it 5 metres in Cronulla territory and it's play on. Nicarima dummy half. Goes left to the hammer. He's up over the 30. Claimed 27 away from the Sharks line with 6 minutes 45 to go in the half. And the Dolphins up 10-4 and on the attack again. To the right it goes from Plath to Stone. He scored 18 out from the goal line. Dolphins looking dangerous after a Sharks error. Plath goes right. Knowles away. away to Keeley. Oren Keeley goes from right to left, and he's going to be caught here by Talakai. About 10 metres out, Rudolph was in there with Brayley. Flat dummy half. Goes right to Zakatoa, turns it into Finafuiaki. Tackled 3 metres out from the line. Dolphins on the attack with a couple of tackles to go. Platt spins it left to Knowles, then away to Isaiah Katoa. Flat pass away, Lemuelu that went forward. And it's been called on by Gerard Sutton. I think the initial tip came from the touch judge on this western side, Phil Henderson, and it's going to be a scrum feed to the Sharks. 10 out from their own line, 6 left in the half. Dolphins 10, Cronulla Sutherland 4.
Yeah, at first look, it did look like a forward pass from up here, just the way that the play unfolded. But so I'm going to back him on that call. But they were looking sharp, the Dolphins. For me, I'm a little bit worried about the Sharkies. Their energy levels coming out of their own end, except for Blake Brayley when he took off on that run, looked sharp. But all of them not in position. They're very, very flat. So interesting play by the Sharks.
And this is a tough set for them here too, isn't it? As they win the scrum, and it's Iro who's tackled, 18 out from his own line. We'll get to your text shortly, 0467 920 222. Here's Nico Hines taking the line. Caught me quarter halfway, Cronulla Sutherland territory, and a silly set restart given away there by the Dolphins. Isaiah Katoa with a bit of a shove. So Cronulla's third restart. They're 10 short of halfway, played by Stone Street. Goes left to right, up to halfway they go. That's where Rudolph is tackled. Good quick play the ball to Brayley. Goes right to Hines. Hines to the 40, turns it into Nickera. Here's his legs taken from underneath him by Keeley. 33 out from the line, and then lost the ball in the tackle of Keeley, and also in there was Lemuelu. Another mistake, Sharks. Dolphins will get the scrum feed. 33 out from their own line. It is 10-4 in favour of the Finns. 4 minutes 40 to go in the half. To the touchline we go. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it's got similar vibes to last week, where the Sharks will probably take a 10-4 deficit at the half-time break, but they've got to be careful because there was 2 tries in the last 5 minutes against the Penrith Panthers last week in that first half, which just kept them out of the game. So just over 4 minutes remaining here. They've got to find a way to repel these Dolphins.
Yeah, they're down, 18-0 last week at half-time. Here's Asako from the scrum win tackle. 12 short of halfway, 10 in from touch eastern side. If you just joined in and wondering who won Newcastle and the Warriors, it was the Warriors winning 38-12 at Hunter Stadium. 10 short of halfway. Avarillo plays it, goes left to Keeley, beats the first man, and now he's standing the tackle. Ends up on his back though, 3 short of halfway, courtesy of Kafusi and Brayley. Played to Platt, spins it left. Knowles to Nicarima. Good hands, Tabuai Fadal, away to Farnworth. Got away from Nico. Another flick pass back to Cody Nicarima. He sends it away to unsuspecting Keeley, and the defence catches up with him, headed up by Burns. Down 5 short of halfway. Played to Platt, goes left to Farnworth. That might be the run the Dolphins needed, right up the middle. And Herbie's put to the ground. 7 metres in Sharks territory. Last tackle for the Finns. And it's played to Platt. Goes right to Isaiah Katoa. Sends the kick down deep to Stone Street. Norris corner. Takes it 7 out from his own line. Oh, bang! What a hit from Morgan Knowles, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. It was gets the timing right, hits him with the shoulder just underneath the ball, and puts Sam Stone Street straight on his back. That was beautiful to watch.
Mama. Sharks with it 18 out from their own line, and Stone Street, he's just struggling in back play. Across comes the trainer. That was a perfectly legal tackle. It was a great hit from Morgan Knowles. Sharks on their own 20 meanwhile. Sione Katoa plays it to Hines, goes left to Kafusi, and he loses the ball behind him, but it's scooped up here by the Sharks, and they take it through Talakai to within 9 of 8, 7 of halfway, 6 of halfway. Great run in the end from broken play. Talakai plays it to Brayley, goes left to Hines, away to Trindle, basketball over the top, over the head of Stone Street, then he tippy-taps it back into the field of play, picks it up and makes half a break. How did that not go over the touchline? 3 metres short of halfway. Last tackle comes from Iro to Trindle. Let's get out of here kick, floats it down to Tabuai Fadal, 11 out from his own line, heads up over the 20, 2 minutes to go in the half, 10-4, Dolphins lead the Sharks, and Tabuai Fadal 28 out from his own goal line, plays it from Asako, goes left to Cobbo, and he's pushed back in centre field right on his own 30. Talakai was in there with Nickera, played to Platt, short ball left, Lemuelu, caught 14 short of halfway. Played to Platt, goes right to Keeley. He's a little workhorse, Keeley, isn't he? Tackled here by the defensive Kafusi, 4 short of halfway. Platt goes left to Nicarima, then links up with Tabuai Fadal to Farnworth, straight past one, ball back to the hammer, over the 1 minute 18 to go in the half. Dolphins 14, Cronulla Sutherland 4. Luke Lewis, Farnworth's great, and Tabuai Fado is a must watch.
Oh, he's unbelievable, Hamaso Tabuai Fado. Every time he gets in the open space, I've never seen him be caught, but you got to give this to his little centre partner there in Herbie Farnworth. He's had a handful out there in his opening 40 minutes. No one can tackle him. People just fall off him and they just go touch sir. But he's having a really good game. But this nice little quick pass to find the hammer. He looks up, he goes on my way here. Try time under the sticks. But geez, he's good to watch in open space. He just glides the hammer. Geez, that's a nice try from the Dolphins.
And Michael, the Dolphins have inflicted on the Sharkies what their worst fear was, as you mentioned a few minutes ago.
Oh, it's hammer time, Andrew, and that was exactly what they'll fear in the Cronulla Sharks. The fact that they conceded some points before half-time against Penrith last week and cost them a chance in the game. Again, they've conceded just before half-time. Beautiful combination on this left-hand side of the field.
14-4, about to be 16-4. Osako right in front, 13 metres out. Clock ticking, 8 seconds to go. This will be the last moment of the half. Osako from in front with the right boot. He kicks the goal. He's 2 out of 3. And now the Dolphins 16, leading Cronulla Sutherland 4. And that is half-time here at Shark Park before a stunned home crowd for Cronulla Sutherland. It's 3 tries to 1 as the siren finally sounds. For the Dolphins, 3 tries in 19 minutes to Jake Avarillo in the 20th minute, Jermaine Osako in the 31st, and Hamaso Tabuai Fado in the 39th minute. And that's his 3rd try of the year in as many games. Jermaine Osako, 2 goals from 3 attempts, 2 restarts. For Cronulla Sutherland, a try to Sam Stonestreet in the 27th minute. Nico Hines, none from 1, 3 restarts for the Sharks. Only 2 penalties blown in the first half by Gerard Sutton, and they're 1 apiece. But at half-time, Louis, that try on almost the bell could prove very significant. Dolphins leading 16-4.
Yeah, they definitely won't be happy. And for me, watching the Sharks play at the moment, they look very flat. That the first 20-minute arm wrestle was really nice to watch. Both sides were getting through their sets. They were getting to kicks. They weren't really getting too many field positions. There was only a couple of stoppages in play from an error here and there. So it would have been pretty quick out there for the players. But the Dolphins are the ones who have responded a bit better. They get a bit of an opportunity, a little bit of luck. Avarillo goes over that nice try. But that last pass from Isaiah Katoa and then that beautiful little bit of footwork there from Herbie Farnworth has really split this game apart. Not a whole lot in it, but for me, it's scary signs for Cronulla because they look tired.
Yeah, and also, Michael, the Dolphins just look more confident in attack.
They do. They look more composed, more confident, marching up the field, and just look faster. Andrew, you called it earlier. The spark in Cronulla hasn't been there at all in the first half. They defended okay, but just kept putting themselves under pressure because they couldn't march upfield. And early doors, they had a couple of opportunities and couldn't capitalise. It took a beautiful pass from Nico Hines and a good finish from Sam Stonestreet to score their only try of the first half. But outside of that, again, Blake Brayley is their only link or spark in attack. Outside of that, they have been so poor in these opening 40 minutes.
Just before you wander off, Michael, in this broadcast box there's one raving lunatic currently. Who do you think that is?
You.
Apart from me.
Dennis.
Thank you. I've got a text message here directed at you. Could you please ask MC to make some of his famous Dolphin sound effects when the Dolphins score from Dennis sitting behind you?
No.
Have you got one in you for me? Thank you. Half-time, and it is the Dolphins leading 16 points to 4. Around the ground, second half, New South Wales Cup, Rabbitohs 6 lead, West Magpies 0. In the rugby, Canterbury Crusaders 22, leading Moana Pacifica 14. Half-time AFL, St Kilda 56, leading the Giants 24. Third quarter netball, Sunshine Coast 48, leading Queensland Firebirds 44. 4 balls left in the cricket. New South Wales need 9 runs to win at 3 for 211 against Queensland Fire. Half-time A-League men, Central Coast 1, Melbourne Victory 0. Second half A-League women, no score, Perth Glory and Central Coast. Earlier today, Warriors 38 beat Newcastle 12. Half-time at Shark Park, Dolphins 16, Cronulla Sutherland 4. Second half to come. Let's head right now, though, to the ABC Newsroom.
This is ABC News with David Rowlands. The Israeli military has struck Iran and Lebanon again as the US dispatches thousands more Marines to the Middle East, and President Donald Trump berates allies over their reluctance to help open the crucial Strait of Hormuz. Larry Buttrose has the latest.
As the war enters its fourth week, thousands of Iranians have been killed, and Donald Trump says its military has been obliterated by US and Israeli firepower.
We've defeated the enemy, and they are an enemy. They're a sick group of people.
But the Iranian threat in the Strait of Hormuz is still strangling oil shipping there, with global petrol prices soaring. Mr. Trump called US allies cowards for declining to help open the strait while the fighting continues. There have also been strikes and counter-strikes on oil and gas facilities in Iran and its Gulf Arab nation neighbours in recent days.
Australia will send another $5 million in aid to civilians affected by the conflict in Lebanon. International Development Minister Anne Ali and Foreign Minister Penny Wong announced $3 million will go to the World Food Programme and $2 million to the United Nations Children's Fund. Senator Wong says the government is gravely concerned by the expansion of the conflict into Lebanon, as well as the loss of life and the displacement of more than 1 million civilians. She added that Australia condemns the militant group Hezbollah for striking Israel and dragging Lebanon into the conflict. Voters have been heading to the polls for the South Australian election today, with opinion polls pointing to a surge in support for One Nation. Sean Wakefield has the details.
Voters at polling centres are casting their ballots all over the state. In Adelaide's north, one Liberal voter thinks it's good to shake things up.
I think One Nation will do very well, and I think they'll surprise everyone.
Another voter isn't concerned about the rise in support.
If they do better this year than they have in the past, that's the government's fault and the opposition.
One Labor supporter believes there is a sway to One Nation.
Probably not enough to overturn the results.
Labor leader Peter Malinauskas is expected to win in a landslide. Recent polls suggest One Nation is trailing second in front of the Liberals.
Emergency services are warning that severe weather is expected right across the Northern Territory's top end this weekend due to Cyclone Narelle. Tropical Cyclone Narelle is moving westwards through the Gulf of Carpentaria and will impact the eastern top end later today. Authorities say cyclone shelters will or have been opened this afternoon in communities in the cyclone's path, including in Groot Island, Eurapinda, Bullman and Minyeri. In Katherine High School will open as a shelter, and Emergency Services Commissioner Andrew Wharton says the people across the top end need to be prepared and stay informed.
We're expecting severe weather right across the entire breadth of the top end. This includes significant and repeated storm activity, and it means significant amounts of rainfall will occur in a landscape that is already saturated due to the history of the past few months in the Northern Territory.
A warning that the following contains the name of a person who has died with permission. First Nations arts leader, broadcaster and elder Rhoda Roberts, AO, has died from cancer, aged 66. The Wujibul Wayabul woman of the Bundjalung Nation was the creative director behind some of Australia's biggest festivals and events. These include the Festival of the Dreaming in the lead up to the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney, Vivid Sydney and the annual New Year's Eve celebrations on Sydney Harbour. A nurse, actor, journalist, playwright and creative director, Ms Roberts was the first Aboriginal host on mainstream Australian television. Actor and martial artist Chuck Norris, who starred in the long-running US TV show Texas Ranger, has died after a sudden illness. Eliza Getzi has this look back on his life and career.
Chuck Norris celebrated his 86th birthday this month, posting a video of himself boxing on social media.
I don't age, I level up.
He began his martial arts training in the 1950s while serving as a military police officer in South Korea and became a 6-time undefeated world professional middleweight karate champion before his friend, kung fu superstar Bruce Lee, gave him his big movie break. Their epic fight in 1972's The Way of the Dragon helped turn Norris into an icon on the big and small screen. His popularity has spanned generations, with his trademark toughness making him a popular internet meme. He's been remembered by stars including Sylvester Stallone and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
ABC News.
A tray of cocktails floated at us through the twilight. Who was this Gatsby fella?
A jazz-soaked reimagining of The Great Gatsby.
That's the best thing a girl can be in this world. A beautiful little fool.
Search for Gatsby in Harlem on ABC Listen.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Here's the kick-off from Osako. You behaved yourself then very quickly. Osako gets us underway. Towering kick down to the goal line where it's caught by Kennedy. He gives it left to Hazelton and runs into some heavy defence coming in there over the top as Tom Gilbert. Held is the call from referee Sutton on the last. Plath goes short side left. Isaiah Katoa dummies in the tackle. Got it back to Plath. Plath goes right to Knowles. He's taken 2 or 3 metres out, then threw the ball backwards in an absolute act of desperation. It's been touched by Cronulla and 6 to go. Kafusi drops the ball and it's going to be a penalty. No, it's play on for Averillo. He dummies his way through and he'll score. Play now to Brayley. Sends it left to Trendle away to Hines. They got numbers. He floats a pass away to Stone Street. Left foot step through Averillo, through Osako. He's over. Gee, this guy can finish. Samuel Stone Street gets the game-levelling try for Cronulla Sutherland. Last tackle Dolphins Platt. Goes left Nicarima. Back on the inside Farnworth. Darts from left to right. Long ball goes right to Isaiah Katoa. To the 10. Fires a miracle pass and a miracle lead by Osako to score. What a try, Dolphins. The skill level is extraordinary again. Platt goes left to Nicarima. Then links up with Tabuai Potato. Farnworth. Straight past one. Ball back to the hammer. Over the 30. The 20. Ta-da. See you later because it's hammer time. And so Tabuai Potato scores a great try. Set up by again Herbie Farnworth.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio
and ABC Listen.
So good to have you along for the ride on this Saturday. I'm Andrew Moore with Luke Lewis and Michael Carianis. Half-time, the Dolphins lead the Sharks 16-4. Warriors 38 beat Newcastle 12. And tonight at Glenn Lauder's home ground in Gosford, South Sydney, it's a home game for them against the West Tigers. Glenn will be calling all the action with Dean Halatau and Ruan Sims. Estee, good evening.
Afternoon, Andrew. It's always nice to be in Gosford, particularly after a trip to Wollongong last week. So I got the K's in last week, and it might be my home ground, but it's also Chris Hyington's, and we can see the Mayor of Gosford, our old mate, down in the tunnel, of course, on Benji Marshall's coaching staff as well. He's been signing autographs and taking photographs for about 45 minutes here. They can't get enough of him. But yeah, we're looking forward to this one. Selfishly, last week, Ruan and Dean Halatau, I was listening to the call with Brett Sprigg on the South Sydney Roosters game, and I didn't want Alex Johnson to score that second try because I thought we'd come up to Gosford tonight and we'd get it. But obviously an amazing achievement for Alex Johnston last week to break Ken Irvine's record. He's in Gosford again tonight. For South Sydney, more importantly, they didn't get the win last week, and the West Tigers started amazingly. Dean Halatau, I'll come to you first. Good evening. The Tigers with a lightning start under Benji Marshall in round 2 after the bye. What can we expect tonight from these two teams?
Yeah, good evening, Glenn. Good evening, Roo. Look, I think it's going to be a great game. I had this circle at the start of the week as one of the games to tune into for sure, and it was a great start. And like I know, it was heaving, and I'm sure Ruan can tell you how good the atmosphere was there. It's generally pretty good at Leichhardt, but that was another level, and they certainly turned up for their home fans. Did the Tigers. The Rabbitohs obviously disappointed to not beat the Roosters. They got the celebration of Alex Johnson. I guess for him and the rest of the team, it was probably a really high emotional moment. To come back down after that would have been a big challenge. There would have been a fairly decent reset to kick off the week, and they know they're coming up here against a team that's probably going to have a fair bit of confidence, and a few changes as well for the Rabbitohs is going to mix things up for them.
Yeah, I'll get to those changes in just a moment, but Ruan, it is interesting because Souths were in that game. They only lost by 8 points, and when you look at the West Tigers starting the way they did, as Dean mentioned, this is one of those games when I was doing my tips this week, I didn't know which way to go. It looks like we're going to have a huge crowd in Gosford as well, so it really does have that really evenness about it. It's going to be a real arm wrestle tonight.
Yeah, it certainly does, Estee, and hello Dino and everyone at home as well. I think we were really treated to some great games of football. Dean and I actually got to do a couple of sellout games last week, and the atmosphere at both of them was fantastic. week. And both of the teams playing today played in front of sellout crowds. So they've got that real high that they're going to come to this boutique ground where it's going to get a really good crowd. It's already filling up. 3 grades of the Rabbitohs are being played here today against the West Magpies and the West Tigers teams. And so it's just a great day of football. And I think it has that real community country feel about it today. Everyone's getting here early watching the footy, and they're going to be treated to some absolute cracking football today. I can't wait for it. Hopefully it's another sellout that I get to be a part of on the sideline.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So just a couple of changes to the South Sydney side, Andrew. Moala Graham Taufa will start in the wing in jumper 19. Campbell Graham has a shoulder problem. Ewan Aitken and Lockie Hubner drop off the bench. Thomas Fletcher, Latrell Siegwalt and Liam LeBlanc make up the 6. And we expect Sunia Taruva to start in the centres and Gerald Skelton on the wing for the Tigers in their only change. Yeah, Flegg was 22-all here at Central Coast Stadium. 18-0 with 15 to go in New South Wales Cup. We are about an hour away, and the referee for this one will be Wyatt Raymond.
Good timing yesterday. Glenn Lauder there with Dean Hallertau and Ruan Sims in Gosford. We'll be heading there promptly after this game. It finishes between Cronulla Sutherland and the Dolphins. Both teams back on the field, and the Dolphins in control at the moment with this lead of 16 points to 4. By the way, Queensland has won the Women's National Cricket League. New South Wales 5 for 212, needing a revised total of 220 to win. So Queensland win by 8 runs, and underway is the Queensland Cup with the Burleigh Bears leading the Seagulls 16-0. All right, Sharkies to get us underway second half, down by a dozen. Blake Brayley waiting for the go-ahead. Referee Sutton waiting for the go-ahead. And it all comes from the paid television broadcaster, and they all get the go-ahead. Brayley sends it down to the northern edge, and the kickoff is taken here by the Dolphins, and on the return comes Ray Stone, and he's dealt with. Okay, that was a statement chase by the Sharkies. 8 out from the Dolphins line, played to Plath, goes left to Finafuiaki, and he scored 13 out from his own goal line. Dolphins get the ball for the first set, second half. Plath Setterfield left away to Oren Keeley, and he scored 20 out from his own line. Play the ball in front of his own post to Plath. Short ball goes left to Lemuel, who's been really good on that left edge. Oh, as I say that, he lost the ball. What's more certain than that? A rat, a knock-on. Cronulla Sutherland will get the scrum feed, although now there's talk that it may have come out of Lemuelu's hands via a Cronulla hand, and it would be a knock-on Cronulla. So there's a bit of a discussion here going on. It'll be a Dolphin scrum feed. Luke Lewis 30 out from their own line.
Yeah, I was just watching the referee down there, but they were going to challenge it, and they said no, they don't need to, and it had been overturned, so the Dolphins get the scrum feed, but they can't be doing that on play one. You don't need to promote the ball. All you need to do is get through your set and get the ball up the other end. So you get a lesson taught there, and gets off the hook as well without coming up with an error.
We'll have a chat to Michael Carianis on the touchline shortly as the Dolphins win the scrum. They spread it right to Jermaine Asako. He's tackled 31 out from his own line. Played to Max Platt. Goes open side left away. Finafuiaki. He's caught and backs his way to within 12 of halfway. Finally put to the ground by Brayley and also Kafusi. Dummy half Platt. Goes left to Knowles. Turns it on the inside to Keeley. Keeley got away from Rudolph. Now taken by Kafusi over the top there with Burns. 5 short of halfway. Played to Platt. Left to Nicarima. He turns it inside and now taking the tackle. Lemuelu 8 metres in Sharks territory, and he walked right off the mark.
Push up, Britton.
So we'll go back and play it to Platt. Comes Setterfield right to Knowles. Morgan Knowles, he's been good up the middle. There's another strong run. Caught 32 out from the Sharks goal line. Played on the last to Platt. Goes to his right to Isaiah Katoa. Keeps it alive now. Finafuiaki away. Avarillo to Osaka. Puts in a poor kick. Taken off the ground by Kennedy. About 12 out from his own line as he's tackled by Osako. Played to Trindle. Goes open side right to Sam Stonestreet. He's scored 15 out from his own line. The score line is 16-4 in favour of the Dolphins. 2 minutes 30 gone second half. Now Hero in centre field. He's tackled 17 out from his own goal line. He'll play the ball to Blake Brayley. He sends it to the right edge this time as tackles made on Ramian. 22 out from the line. To his feet, dummy half Brayley. Goes left, through hands away now to Rudolph. Got straight through one, Toby Rudolph. Now tackled 13 short of halfway. That may lift his team a little. Last tackle comes right to Trindle. He kicks from inside the 40, looking for a 40-20 off bounce the wrong way. Sits up for Hamaso Tabuai Fado. Takes it over the 20 into Iro, Burns and Brayley in court. 24 out from his own line. Dolphins 16, Cronulla Sutherland 4, touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, good start again from the Dolphins, and the Sharks have come out with a bit more intent defensively in that second half, and they're going to need to because they're well off the pace in the opening 40 minutes.
So now the Dolphins MC have a 12 metres short of halfway, centre field, played to Platt. He sends it away right edge to Knowles, a stepping run. Caught 3 metres short of halfway, plays the ball to Platt. Quick hands away to the left again it goes. Dolphins with it, 10 metres in Sharks territory. Last play, Dolphins, and it's Platt going left. See Nicarima with a kick from 40 metres out. End over end, just over the 20. Coming through, Farnworth for the catch. Kennedy takes him. Farnworth throws a desperation ball off the ground, but he's already deemed held. Change over Sharks, 17 out from their own line. 4 gone second half, Luke Lewis. Dolphins 16, Cronulla Sutherland 4.
Yeah, it was sort of right back where we started the first half. Just both sides getting through their sets, getting to a kick and waiting for a bit of a opportunity in the right side of the field. But the Dolphins are starting to win the arm wrestle battle. They're getting up over halfway and they're getting a couple more opportunities. I'd like to see them start asking some more questions.
And now the Sharkies with it. Brayley goes right to KL Iro. Caught 12 metres short of halfway. Right to Brayley. Centre field right to Talakai. Platt is there with Keeley. Sifa backs his way up to halfway centre field. Played sloppily to Brayley. Goes left to Will Kennedy, who's barely been sighted today. Here he's tackled, 38 out from the goal line. Played on the last, comes left to Trindle. The kick from 32 metres out to the northwest corner. Asako, up he goes with the catch. Taken instantly by Burns and Iro. 3 metres out from the Dolphins line. He'll play the ball to Isaiah Katoa. Short side right to Jack Avarillo, and he's scored 9 out from his own goal line. 5 gone second half, and it's a 3-try-to-1 effort here from the Dolphins, who lead by 16 points to 4. Now a strong run gets them to their own 20-metre line, and that was Cobbo. Plays it to the left to Fado, back to Cobbo, who juggled it, and now Selwyn scored 21 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Isaiah Katoa, goes open side left to Oren Keeley. The lights are on here, it's quite dark at Shark Park. Keeley got the offload away to Stone, and he scored 34 out from his own line. Last play, Dolphins. Platt spins it right. Isaiah Katoa. He's been fairly quiet, to be fair. Kicks it down to Kennedy. 12 out from the Sharks line. Heads over the 20 to the 30 and beyond. Taken there by Finafuiaki. 34 out from his own line for Cronulla. Still 16-4 Dolphins. Now goes right to Stone Street, and he scored 8 short of halfway. Pretty sedate start in this second half, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot doing at the moment, but the Sharks are getting a little bit more intent in their carries. It's all started with their number one, Will Kennedy. He's run a little bit harder, and it's starting to give it the energy, starting to feed back to the Sharks forwards.
Max Platt gives away a set restart as Kennedy plays it, and it comes open side right. Kafusi tackled 35 out from the Dolphins line by Knowles. He plays it now. They go right. Trindle back on the inside. It comes to Talakai, and he scored 28 out from the goal line. Crowd of, we don't have an official crowd. It'll be about 9,000 here. Rowley to the right. Kennedy turns it on the inside. Ramian flung to the deck. 25 metres away from the goal line. Brayley, dummy half, turns it into Rudolph. He stands and delivers to Brayley. Sends it right to Nico Hines. Hines across field. Then the ball away to Sione Katoa. And straight around Selwyn Cobbo. Catch back in field where Farnworth awaits. 5 metres out and a metre in from that northeast corner. He'll play the ball and it comes to the left with a long ball to Brayley. He goes that way to Trindle. Out the back Kennedy. Then away to Iro, and he got straight past one defender who raced up on him, Avarillo. Still going, taken by Isaiah Katoa. 11 out from the line. Last play, Sharks. Dummy half Brayley. Goes to the right now. It's with Trindle away from one. Puts in a stab kick. He follows it. They're getting back there and Sydney tapping it over the dead ball line. Was the Dolphins winger Jermaine Asako. Goal line dropout for the Dolphins. 7 gone second half. Dolphins 16. Cronulla Sutherland 4. Touchline Michael Carianis.
Yeah, this has been an outstanding start here from the Sharks in this second half, and after just 7.5 minutes, Christian Wolf has gone to his bench. Brad Schneider's coming on and Max Platt is off.
I was was just wondering whether he's showing signs of fatigue there, Max Platt. He's played how many minutes in the last 12 months? Not many. Line drop out goes 52 metres, and on the return is Tobias Eric Rudolph. Got straight through them, spinning now. Finally held 28 metres out from the line. What a return from Rudolph. Crowd loved it. Played to Brayley. Goes left Talakai. He's up the centre into Schneider. And one other defender there is Keeley. Still going. It's pretty weak defence from Schneider and Keeley. Finally on the deck. Talakai, the monster that he is, 10 out. Plays it to Brayley. Goes left to Trindle. Turns it into Kafusi. Kafusi's only 4 away where he got the offload to Brayley. Brayley sends it centre field right to Hines. Hines across field. Turns it inside. Nickera tackled 8 out. Dolphins hanging in there. 8 minutes 20 gone second half. They lead 16-4. Brayley out of dummy half. Dummies goes himself. Beats 2. Got a one-hander back to Rudolph. Said restart against the Dolphins. Cronulla's 5th. And he'll play 4 out from the goal line to Brayley. Fires it right to Trindle. Then away to Hines. He's wrapped up 6 metres out. He had a couple to his right. Nico to his another set restart given away by the Dolphins. That's 6 to the Sharks. I'm not sure their defence is good enough to contain it. Brayley sends it left. Trindle right up the middle to Isaiah Katoa and others and scores a try. Dolphins kept giving away set restarts. It was always going to cost them. And Braden Trindle ensures it did. 9 minutes gone in the second half. And the Sharkies right back in a Dolphins 16. Cronulla Sutherland 8 to try to Braden Trindle, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, this all started from the carry right off the line dropout. Big Toby, Rudolph running hard and direct. Gives a little bit of energy to the Sharks jersey. Then all of a sudden they're looking dangerous on every play. And then this time just a couple of set restarts to go into Sharks play. It was going to fatigue the Dolphins. You could see the fatigue set in. And the hole was massive in the middle of the field. And you had Trindle, I'm just watching the replay here, go straight into the hole. I don't see him get it down clear there. They're going to probably look at it a few times, but it has been awarded. But good decision there from Tricky Trindle.
Let's go downstairs, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, watching it live, I thought he got it down in the first instance, and then the players come around and really block the ball. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's a camera angle to show a definitive shot of it or not. Because it's been sent up a try, it's going to be hard to overturn here. But yeah, he gets it down there. At first instance, it goes straight down there. And again, another change for the Dolphins. Felice Kafusi is about to return to the field, and Morgan Knowles, who made 30 tackles in that first half, has come off. So he's already up to 40 tackles, the Englishman.
Wow. All right, so it's been confirmed now the try to Trindle, and your instinct was correct, MC. He grounded it right as soon as he got to the goal line. Here's Nico Hines, 11 out right in front. To get the Sharks back within a converted try, I'll get your text messages after the kick with under half an hour to go now at Shark Park. Here's Hines. He moves in and he kicks the goal. He's 1 out of 2. 16-10. Dolphins lead Cronulla Sutherland, and I'm pretty sure Christian Wolf would not be pleased with how the Dolphins have started this second half. On the text line, 0467 920 222. Sitting on the deck, drinking stubbies with Melcy. Doggies look like the real deal this year, says Brad and Mel in Grafton. Hi, Andrew and the A-team. Lovely and beautiful. I think MC is softening his persona due to his mum's influence and standards. Re last week's on-air outburst. Great calling the Savo. Thanks, ABC Sport, Robert. Are you calmer as your mum finally got to you, Michael? Because even off-air before the game, you were really, fidgety and abusive and loud.
I dead set can't believe that new grandstand in that stadium. It is a disgrace.
Here's the Sharks getting the ball bouncing to the goal line. Brayley takes it, gives it right to Oregon Kafusi. Tackled 8 metres out from his own line. In the 10-year anniversary of Cronulla Sutherland having won the premiership, they are gone, says Tim. Well, they're bouncing back here, 15 out from their own line. It's played and it comes left edge to Billy Burns, wrapped up outside. He's 20. Dolphins, though, do lead 16-10, 29 minutes to go. Brayley, long ball goes right to Talakai, centre of the field. He's proving tough to handle in this second half. Put to the ground on his his own 30 now by Lemuelu and Nicarima. Now comes back centre field as the Sharks are within 10 of halfway, rolling down the field, last play, and it is played. Kick downfield from Hines down the left wing. Caught here by Cobbo. 14 out from his own line. Starts in a trot and goes through the gears. Tackled 25 out from his own line. 16-10 Dolphins. Played to Nicarima. He sends it right to Osako up the middle. Runs into Burns and two others outside his 30. And you get the feeling, Luke Lewis, that the Dolphins need a bit of ball here.
Yeah, they definitely do. They need some ball in good field position to worry the Sharks, but they're not getting any of that. And they're hardly making any metres out of their own end. They're not doing a very good job. Herbie Farnworth is the only one who looks like he's going to make a break every time he gets the ball.
Good run there. Two of short of halfway plays. It comes right to Fusi. He's tackled centre field, 7 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. Played to Schneider. Goes right to Isaiah Katoa. Kick downfield and Stone Street takes it. 6 metres out from his own line. Heads up over the 10 and met in solid contact. 14 out from his own line. Isaiah Katoa at the moment, Louis, very, very quiet today so far.
Yeah, quiet. I'm with you too. Right at the start, he looked very slow though. He's doing everything slow and controlled, but he's got to be a threat. He is a threat when he wants to run the ball, so he needs to continue to do that.
Welcome sight for Sharks fans and getting a big round of applause. Keith Wilson on the field for the first time. Adam Fanua-Blake returns. That's 5 interchanges used by the Sharks. They had 3 left. Here's Kennedy outside the 30. Played to Brayley. Delayed pass to his right to Trindle. Got away from Schneider. Centre on the inside, Nickera. He's taken 6 short of halfway. He plays the ball on the last. To the right, and it's Hines with the kick. End over end down to the left wing of Cobbo. He takes on the full 6 out from his own line. He takes a while to get going, the big winger, but when he does, he's great to watch. But he's put to the ground 23 out from his own line. We've had 13 minutes of the second half, and it's 16-10 to the Dolphins. It's played, and it comes right to Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. He's wrapped up centre field, 26 out from his own line. Monte scores around the grounds in a tick as they go left to right here. The Dolphins taking it up over the 30. And the ball played to Schneider. He sends it left towards centre field. Tackle made 5 short of halfway. Played by Gilbert. It goes right to left. Kafusi away to Nicarima. He sends it back to Kafusi. Then further right Averillo. He turns it back on the inside of Pinafuiaki. Great tackle, ball and all by Iro. 32 out from the Cronulla goal line. 12 in from touch western side. Played on the last. Averillo goes left. Isaiah Katoa the kick. One hammer hits the deck in back play. And it's a penalty going to the Dolphins. So was there a trip involved there, Luke Lewis? I just scored it in my peripheral vision.
I think there might have been a trip here. I'd like to see the replay. I see a foot move from one of the Sharks players and trips the Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow over. So, but he definitely got the so here he's coming through here. And it puts his foot out.
You think it's more than that?
Well, now Jared Sutton's just asking.
Yeah, but the action, mate.
Well, whether it'll be more than just a penalty.
Okay, it's on report.
There you go.
So was it
contact on Hamiso? Penalty here.
Was it Brayley on report down to the touchline?
It's up here, Isaiah.
Michael Carianis.
The line, boys.
I'm honestly not sure, Andrew. That wide shot that we saw on these tiny screens didn't really give us an opportunity to have a look. But yeah, Jerry Sutton was questioning whether or not it should have been a sin bin or not. I didn't get a good enough look at it to have a definitive answer.
And my first thought on it was definitely a trip. He definitely moves his body and he puts his foot out, and you can see the hammer go over. And I reckon if you're watching another view of that, it'll look like that as well.
All right, well, we're going to get a kick for goal here from Jermaine Osako. 25 metres out, 15 in from the western touchline. And it's an important kick. It would put them out beyond a converted try. 15 gone second half. I think it was Brayley put on report. We will get confirmation of that. I'll update around the ground scores after this kick. Currently Dolphins 16, Cronulla Sutherland 10. NRL Saturday on ABC Sport, ABC Local Radio. Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore. Then it's South and the West Tigers in Gosford. So Osako, 2 from 3 in the first half. He moves in, he strikes it, he likes it, he's kicked the goal, his third of the day, and they're out by 8. Dolphins 18, Cronulla Sutherland 10, as a hush went over the Shark Park crowd. Around the grounds, New South Wales Cup, it's now 20 points to 12, South Sydney leading the West Magpies. Queensland Cup first half, what about this score? Burleigh Bears 28, leading the Tweed Seagulls 0. Second half in the rugby, Canterbury Crusaders thrashing Moana Pacifica 50-14. Third quarter AFL, still St Kilda dominating the Giants in Sydney, 63-28. In the netball, a one-goal victory. Sunshine Coast Lightning has fought back to beat the Queensland Firebirds, 63-62. In the A-League men, Melbourne victory 2, leading Central Coast 1. A-League women still no score. Perth Glory and Central Coast Mariners. Queensland has won the Women's National Cricket League with an 8-run rain-affected win over the New South Wales Breakers. So well done to the Queensland team with hundreds earlier today for Georgia Redmayne and Australian rep Grace Harris. Play 2 here for the Dolphins. And the tackle made on Finafuiaki. 17 out from his own line, plays it. And they work at centre field left. Edging their way up to their own 30. The Dolphins with an 18-10 lead. Dummy half Schneider goes left Nicarima, turns it into Lemuelu. He's caught. 32 out from his own goal line. Dummy half Schneider. Centre field right to Tom Gilbert. Makes his way to the defence. Caught 12 metres short of halfway. Last tackle Dolphins. Schneider goes right. Katoa inside the 40. The kick down to the southwest corner, but Kennedy's got it in plenty of time. 15 out from his own line. Heads over the 20, over the 30. Taken now by Asako and Finafuiaki. Plays the ball to Trindle. Goes right to Hero. Way to Stone Street. And he's caught 10 short of halfway. Rudolph off. Colhoun on for the Sharks. That's their 6th interchange. They have 2 left over the remaining 22 and a half minutes. Cronulla Sutherland. There's Teague Wilton. Good run. 4 metres in Dolphins half. Plays it to Brayley. Goes right to Hero. Right foot steps straight through one. Straight past Schneider. Back into Ray Stone. And he stands in the tackle. 32 out from the goal line. Played to Brayley. Comes to the left to Trindle. Holds it up on the inside for Wilton. Oh, great tackle. Head on by Finafuiaki. He'll play it on the last. 24 out from the Dolphins line to Brayley. Goes right. Trindle. A hurried kick. Up she goes to the northwest corner. Asako against Hero. Asako the catch. Then he runs into Burns. Standing in the tackle. They're going to try and push him back, but I can hear the referee say held. So he'll play it 4 out from his own line. Does so to Isaiah Katoa. Goes right to Avarillo. Penalty against Cronulla Sutherland inside the 10. Penalties a 3-1 to the Dolphins, and you can hear the referee saying your left side went early. Penalty to the Finns. 13 out from their own line. Before a crowd of 11,096 officially. Well, it's not far from a sellout these days. 11,096. Dolphins 18. Cronulla Sutherland 10 as the Dolphins find Touch Louis on their own turf.
Yeah, they didn't need to get that penalty away there, the Sharks. A little bit too eager on the left-hand side there, just leaving early. But they were really starting to dominate field position there and might have got another opportunity just to attack the Dolphins line. But now they've got to turn up in defence. They've got to hold him out. Herbie Farnworth needs to get a little bit more ball. Yeah. Because every time he gets it, it looks sharp, but they're not going anywhere near him in the opening 20 minutes of this second half.
Play 2 Gilbert, just short of halfway. Katoa sends it into Stone. He's going to be caught 5 metres in Sharks territory. Full time in the New South Wales Cup in Gosford. South 20 have beaten the West Magpies 12. Schneider goes left to Nicarima. Turns the ball into Herbie Farnworth, but he almost slowed to a stop and then accelerates. Tackled 32 out from the Cronulla Sutherland goal line. Ball played to Schneider. Goes right to Gilbert. Good run up the middle into Colhoun and Nicara. Tackled 22 away. Last play coming up for the Dolphins. As Schneider goes right, Isaiah Katoa. He kicks it. 22 out. It's a shallow kick for Kennedy. He makes the catch. Tabuaipono and Nicara drag him back to the upright. Half a metre out from the Sharks goal line. Crowd booing, but that was perfectly legal. Ball played to Trindle. He sends it left, and the Dolphins have decided this is time for the aggressive set. It's played to Trindle. Goes over to the right. Xiaomi Mi caught on his 10-metre line. Crowd trying to encourage the referee for a penalty as Ramian hits it up on play 4. 15 out from his own line. Now Brayley. Goes left to Fanua Blake. Straight through Isaiah Katoa, but into Finafuiaki. 26 out from his own line. Last tackle Sharks. Goes right to Hines for the clearing kick. Needs a good one. Tabuaipono under it. 24 out from his own line. Heads up over the 30. Then to his own 40 before he's taken by Brayley. And Colhoun 5 short of halfway. 20 minutes gone. 20 minutes left second half. Dolphins 18. Cronulla Sutherland 10. As now with a hit up. Cobbo. Caught 5 metres in Sharks territory. Plays it. It goes left to Farnworth. A stepping run from Herbie. Tackled 32 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. Now Brad Schneider, a dummy half. The former Panther sends it right to Fusi. Away to Gilbert. He steps his way into the defence. 30 metres out from the line. Fanua Blake was there. Hits the deck. Gilbert looking for a penalty. Doesn't get it. Schneider goes right to Tabuai Pado. Turns it into Avarillo. Claimed by Fanua Blake and Wilton. 21 out from the line. Last tackle. Schneider goes left to Katoa. He got it away to Nicarima. Cut out ball to Farnworth. And Farnworth loses the ball behind him dangerously. Driving on a Nicara. The Sharks have it outside their 30. Dolphins 18, Cronulla 10. 18 to go. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, like he tried to offload that ball to Selwyn Cobbo on the left-hand side, and it just spilled out, and they were lucky the Dolphins and the Sharks didn't scoop that up and race away. Just confirmation it was Blake Brayley on report for the trip.
All right, thank you, Michael. Here's Iro left edge. Caught just short of halfway. Played to Brayley with a one-hand pickup. Goes right for Nua Blake. Then to Burns away to Colhoun. Nicarima is there. Help comes as well from Lemuelu. And Gilbert tackle complete a metre in Dolphins territory. Played to Brayley. Goes right to Nico Hines. Runs himself. Dummies. Beats one. Pass away to Sione Katoa. Then the pass comes back. It's off the body. Nico's got it. About 18 metres out. Last tackle. Eastern side. Play to Katoa. Goes to the left for the long ball. Brayley to Trindle. Trindle puts up the crossfield kick. It's a Sarko against Stone Street. Stone Street the catch. Stone Street for the line. Stone Street the try. Did he get it down? No, says the referee. We're going to the bunker. Let's have a listen.
Try. Confirmed that Sam's held up.
17 minutes 48 to go, and if that decision holds firm, it will remain 18-10 to the Dolphins and a change over the Sharks.
Yeah, from live, I didn't see him get it down, but that's a great
Clean take by Sam Stone Street playing onto this.
He's had a pretty good game, Stone Street. Heavily involved. Does a good job to get over the line.
Fair replacement for Ronaldo Mulatalo. Tabuai Pado was in there, so was Asako. He's fighting for every inch. He ends up on his back, tries to roll over. In comes Avarillo.
Ball remains up at this point. He's still got possession of the ball.
No try. I tell you what, if you're awarded
Sam Stone Street is held up on the last tackle. We have a decision.
If you're awarded a try for landing the ball on your own head, that would have been 4 points. But he didn't quite get it down. Change over Dolphins on their own 10 with 17 minutes 48 to go and an 18-10 Dolphins lead. Full time in the rugby, Canterbury Crusaders 50 over Moana Pacific at 21. AFL third term, St Kilda 63, Giants 29. As now it comes to the right edge and Finafuiaki is manhandled by the Sharks. Put down 13 out from his own line. Get to more text 20467 920 222. Hope you're enjoying NRL Saturday on ABC Sport. As now outside the 20. The ball played by Kafusi to Schneider. Goes left to Morgan Knowles back on the field. And he's tackled 28 out from his own line. Dummy half Schneider. Left to Nicarima. Turns it back on the inside to Lemuelu, who's been really good at the left edge for the Dolphins. He'll play it 11 short of halfway on the last to Schneider. Goes right Katoa from inside the 40. End over end kick straight to Stone Street. 14 out from his own line. Returns it over the 20. Heads towards the 30. Straightens into Nicarima and shoved backwards with help from Gilbert. 29 out from the Cronulla Southern line. 17 left and it's the Dolphins by 8. 18-10. Comes right to Sione Katoa. He scored 33 out from his own line by Schneider. Plays it to Hines. Goes centre field left here to Ramian. He straightens into the defence. Held up. Now put to the ground on his knees. 7 away from halfway. Isaac Katoa was there with Kafusi. Played to Brayley. Goes left to Wilson. And they're inside the 10. Set restart again for Cronulla. The discipline defensively from the Dolphins has been almost non-existent. Brayley goes right to Fanua Blake. Right up the middle, big one. Now tackled about 38 out from the goal line by Gilbert. It's played to Brayley. Comes left to Trindle. He sends it on the inside to Hero. Bang straight into the defence and through them. Now taken only 28 out from the line. Cronulla looking for points down 18-10 with 16 minutes to go. Brayley, open side right it comes to Colhoun. He scored 21 metres away from the line. Played to Brayley, goes to his right. Nico Hines turns it into Hazelton and the Colt figures tackled. 10 out. Last break, Sharkies. Dummy half is Brayley. Goes to the left to Nico Hines. Drifts across field, links up with Trindle. He puts in the kick and chase. Ran straight into Isaiah Katoa. The ball tapped dead by Asako and it will be a goal line dropout. 15 and a half to go. Dolphins 18, Cronulla Sutherland 10.
Yeah, that's a nice little kick there from Tricky. He comes up with a nice way to kick. He sort of falls down on the ground trying to get maybe a penalty, but he knows he can get taken out. He gets bounced straight back up. The Dolphins do knock it dead, so this is going to be a really good opportunity here now for the Sharks. I feel like the Dolphins are tired, and this is their time to pounce now, the Sharkies, so they're going to be hard to hold out.
So now here's the short line drop out up a fly ball loose, scooped up by Nickera. He sends it away left to Kennedy. Kennedy across field to Trindle. Over the 10, he's going to be caught 8 metres out. Heavy defence over the top that time from Isaiah Katoa. Right in front of the northern post, and he gives away a set restart. Another one, that's 8 awarded to the Sharks. Cronulla only a metre away. Brayley dummy half, another one. They're not good enough defensively to keep doing this, unlike Penrith. It comes right to Nico Hines. He's tackled 10 metres out. He'll play the ball now. Cronulla Sutherland with it. Brayley goes left to Trindle. Back on the inside of Fanua Blake. Right foot step into Schneider and co. Stands in the tackle. 7 out from the line in front of the left upright. Played to Brayley. Goes right to Trindle. Short ball away. Nicker on the angled run into Kafusi and Lemuelu. He's tackled now a metre away from the goal line. 18-10 Dolphins, but the Sharks attack. Played to Brayley. Goes short side right to Nico Hines. Takes on the line and tackle 1-on-1. 5 metres out by Cody Nicarima. Plays it with 2 tackles to go. Out of dummy half. Ramey, and he's 2 metres out. Northeast corner. Last play Cronulla. Sione Katoa at dummy half. Goes left to Hines. Hines runs left. Comes back to the right on the short side. Got the pass to Nickera. Then the pass for Sione Katoa. Off the body. Goes forward. And it ends up over the touchline. Just in front of the corner post.
Sharks. In a touch off Sharks. So it'll be Dolphins ball. Play the ball where you want it.
So they'll play 10 out from their own line. 13 and a half to go. 18-10. Dolphins touchline. Michael Carrion.
Terrible set there from the Sharks. They threw nothing at the Dolphins and then looked lost on that last tackle. Nico Hines went a blindside despite the fact it was well crowded by the Dolphins defence. A really poor set there with the game on the line.
So the play the ball's coming. The crowd seen a replay and didn't like what they saw. And the Dolphins play 10 out from their own line. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Louis, but it seems to me if it's not Braden Trindle leading the attack and sparking them into something, then no one is. Here's Avarillo getting a high shot from Trindle, and it's a penalty of the Dolphins. Again, as soon as you give a bloke a rap, he gives away a penalty. It's nothing intentional or reckless, but it was a high tackle, so a penalty to the Dolphins, their 4th of the day.
Yeah, right.
20 out from their own.
It was right on cue. Sorry, Maury there. But, yeah, look, Penrith, the Sharks just look, I don't know, lackluster in attack at the moment. We watched them in the Gold Coast. They were so fluent and so smooth. Everyone was just doing their jobs. I don't know what's going on there at the moment, but I'm going to put it down to the Penrith effect. They played them and they're maybe a bit tired. I don't know, but it's just not normal what I'm seeing out there from the Sharks at the moment.
I'll give you another explanation.
Yeah.
Because I think the first one's true, and the second one is they're playing the Gold Coast.
True.
Here's Tom Gilbert. He's tackled 4 metres in Sharks territory. Sorry, Titans fans, but they were hopeless in the opening round game. Ball played now to Schneider. Goes left away to Max Platt. Dummies his way into Fanua Blake. 10 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. He plays the ball now to Schneider. Goes right to Isaiah Katoa. Takes on the defence. We haven't seen that from Isaiah. And he's tackled 28 out from the Sharks line by Wilson. Now played 10 in from the western touchline. Finafuiaki goes left Avarillo to Platt centre field. Caught by Hazelton and Brayley. 23 out from the goal line. Last tackle. Schneider goes left to Nicarima. Puts up the kick. Looks too deep, or is it? No, it's actually a perfect length. Taken by Farnworth, and he's tackled a metre out. Change over. Cronulla survived, but just with 11 and a half to go. Dolphins 18, Cronulla Sutherland 10.
On last tackle. Dolphins challenging. They believe that a tackle is affected on Herbie while he's still in the air.
So a challenge here from the Dolphins with 11 minutes 22 left on the clock.
Now, mate. There's no rush or anything.
And the Dolphins lead
Chase has been cleared on side.
Strand Atkins, aka Joey, in the bunker.
It's a fair contest by both players. However, Sione Katoa now tackles Herbie Farnworth in the air.
There was a time
Challenged by the Dolphins.
you could do that on the attacking player, but you can't anymore.
That's a smart challenge, to be fair.
Yeah, really
Very
good
smart challenge.
And that's actually players knowing the rules.
Yeah. And then who went over and challenged him straight away? Because I didn't even see it get done.
I don't know. But it's a penalty to the Dolphins, touchline MC.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2. I think that's a good decision from the Dolphins, just to take a little bit of momentum, a little bit of sting out of this match, and just give themselves a chance to reset, because they've been on the back foot for about the 5 or 10 minutes now. But great challenge there from the Dolphins, and we know how much of a footy nerd Isaiah Katoa is, so I wouldn't put it past him. He knows this game like the back of his hand.
All right, mate. So also I'll chew up the clock, and I can hear John Gibbs saying, take the 2, you never know when you're going to need them. On the text line, hi team, the best callers ever. Been a Rabbitoh for 56 years. Hope they win, but with South, you're never confident. Shane, thank you, Shane. Good luck to your team. Hello from Durban, South Africa, where there's a Sharks rugby team and a Dolphins cricket team. Loving your call despite the scoreline. Cronulla fan Paul, thanks for listening in South Africa, Paul. We appreciate it. 0467 920 222. Lucas says, chance for an extremely rare Monday MC hammer time. Gosh, he's a hard-working man, our MC. Yes, Luca. Michael Carianis to join us for NRL Monday, 6:30 to 7:30 on Monday night as Asako kicks the goal. He's 4 out of 5. Dolphins now 20, Cronulla Sutherland 10, and it has chewed down the clock. There's only 10 minutes and 2 seconds to go in this game. At half-time, it was 16-4, now 20 points to 10. Earlier, the Warriors in Newcastle defeated the Knights 38-12, and coming up next, South Sydney against West at Gosford. Half-time in the Queensland Cup, Burleigh Bears 28, leading Tweed Seagulls 0. Third quarter AFL, St Kilda 70, leading the Giants 43. Netball just getting started. Adelaide Thunderbirds and West Coast Fever. Second half A-League men. Melbourne victory 2, leading Central Coast Mariners 1. A-League women's second half. No score, Perth Glory and Central Coast Mariners. So now it is the Dolphins 10 out from their own line, getting up to the 20. It's good luck to the Matildas later tonight, taking on Japan in the Asian Cup final. As right up the centre goes Knowles. Taken, where's that Platt? It's Platt. 34 out from his own line. Played to Schneider. Goes left to Nicarima. Turns the ball on the inside to Farnworth. Straightens into Hazelton. And makes another few metres. Caught 10 short of halfway for the Dolphins. Plays the ball into heavy traffic.
Oh, mate, you try to play too quick, mate.
Oh, it's seemed a lot more. I thought by the length of whistle blow, it was going to be a penalty to the Dolphins.
Hang on, that was a clean play the ball. And that's not his problem that someone else falls over on the ball. That's ridiculous.
I agree with you. That should be a challenge. Challenge it, you win. Challenge it, you win.
Okay.
Yeah, good challenge.
Challenge it.
Joey.
Yeah, they are.
He's got an incorrect play the ball against Herbie Farnworth. I believe he's tried to play it too quick. Hasn't brought the ball in.
I love you,
correctly.
but you're off your head. He didn't play that. That's a perfect play the ball.
You're off your head. Said Lewis. No, I agree with you. There was nothing wrong with the play the ball attempt. He got to his feet.
Gets to his feet, plays it with the ball.
Well, I hope he played it with the ball. May have even got his foot to it.
Herbie Farnworth gets to his feet, puts the ball down on the ground.
That's the one thing against him.
Is that he didn't touch the ball with his toe.
Just look at the actions of...
I reckon he did touch it, to be honest with you.
Blake Brayley here.
Brayley's come across. He certainly didn't play the ball too quickly, I don't think. How did you read it, MC?
There's no ball plan action. Blake Brayley holds on to Herbie Farnworth after the tackle.
Yeah.
It's genuine play the ball. The challenge by the Dolphins is successful.
I love you, Jared Sutton, but you're off your rocket. Touchline we go, MC.
Great challenge again, back-to-back great challenges from the Dolphins there. Exactly right. It was Blake Brayley who tried to hold on, realised he couldn't hold on and just lost his footing. Herbie Farnworth did nothing wrong, and that's a crucial penalty against the Sharks with just over 8 minutes remaining. Dolphins ahead by 10, and they look likely again with the ball.
Dolphins 20, Cronulla Sutherland 10. They fine touch, 40 out from the Sharks line, from the tap. Nicarima left to right, Katoa to Gilbert. Tom Gilbert, who's finding his form nicely here. He's caught 10 metres in Sharks territory by Brayley and Fanua Blake. Played to Schneider, goes right to Katoa. Isaiah links up with Tabuai Fado, way to Avarillo. Steps into Iro, away from the western touchline, 21 out from the goal line. Dumbing half of Sarko, goes left, Tabuai Fado to Isaiah Katoa, centre field to Platt. And like Gilbert, he's playing himself into form nicely, Max Platt. Tackled 18 out, started at hooker, now as a middle forward. Plays the ball now to Schneider. Goes right to Gilbert. And Gilbert certainly not shirking his workload here as he's caught. 10 metres out from the Sharks line. Dolphins with it up 20 points to 10. Goes left to Isaiah Katoa to Nicarima to Tabia White. But no, he had Farnworth on his outside. But he's tackled 10 out last play. Dummy half Lemuelu. Goes right. Nicarima. Isaiah Katoa back to Lemuelu. Got a pass to Cobbo. Great hands. He sends a desperate ball back to Farnworth. 12 metres out. Links up with Morgan Knowles. Knowles tackled 3 out. Sharks survive for now. 7 minutes left. Dolphins 20. Cronulla Sutherland 10. Change over to the Sharks.
Yeah, that was really nice attack there from the Dolphins. The Sharks did a good job to hold them out, but they were asking questions everywhere. And I'm looking at the Sharks now, their body language, they're all over in their haunches. They're absolutely cooked. So their outside backs are going to come in and do a lot of work here, and they're getting driven back from the Dolphins as we speak.
I agree, Louis. There were plenty of question marks at the end of all those plays from the Dolphins, but no exclamation point yet. Here's the Sharkies, 12 out from their own line with a 20-10 lead to the Finns. The ball played to Brayley. Comes to the right to Trindle. Trindle offloads to Nico Hines. He sends it on the inside to Ramian. Across field he goes, straight through Knowles, but cover is there, headed by Lemuelu. 23 out from the Sharks goal line. 6 minutes 20 left. Dolphins 20, Cronulla Sutherland 10. Saturday NRL here on ABC Radio is now Hazelton tackled. 29 out from his own goal line. Ball played Brayley. Goes left to Trindle. Links up with Kennedy. Delayed pass to Iro. Ball flies up in the air from him. Scooped up by Averillo. Averillo gets Trindle. Beats him. Jake Averillo dives and scores the try. Referee Sutton says Dolphins 24, Cronulla Sutherland 10. The lost ball from KL Iro. The crowd here on the Western Stand to their feet, heading out of the joint in droves. 24-10 Dolphins, a double for Jake Averillo, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well done to Jake Averillo. He scored a double today. The first one was off a bit of a clumsy sort of pass that come from the dummy half, but then this time the ball just hits the ground. I'd like to see who it comes off for. Sorry, it doesn't even hit the ground. It pops up, I should say. But he sums the situation up perfect. You can feel Brayley chasing him. You can feel Trindle coming across. He puts his head down as if he's going to the corner. And then all of a sudden he comes off that right foot and goes over really nicely. That was beautiful work there by Averillo.
That's on Michael Carianis.
Yeah, just again, their attack, the Sharks has been poor. They've just lacked continuity. Andrew, you caught it early and you nailed it. The spark from the Cronulla Sharks hasn't been there. And to be fair, it hasn't been there since a couple of Saturdays ago where they put a good score against the Gold Coast Titans. Back-to-back poor performances here from the Sharks.
So, yeah, and the Dolphins are a significantly better team than the Titans, even though they struggled to beat Gold Coast, ironically, last week. Had to come from behind to do that 18-14. And now Sarko, 25 metres out, 15 in from the western touchline to add just a dash of icing on the cake.
You don't realise it when you're out there on the field, if you are down, you know the game's done and dusted, how many people, like the whole place is just
streaming out of the joint. There's no rush, you can't get out of the car park for another half hour. Here's Osaka. After the game, Michael will have the on-field interviews. Louis' ABC Player of the Year points. Here's Osaka. Moves in with the right boot. He strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal, and Jermaine Osako's 5 from 6. Dolphins 26, Cronulla Sutherland 10. 4 minutes 22 to go, and Louis, as the crowd has indicated here, game, set, bingo, it's fins up here at Shark Park. And they were getting a lot of confidence out of this, the Dolphins. Because it wasn't just razzle-dazzle. They were up the middle for a good part of this game. Now around the grounds in the final quarter AFL, St Kilda 70, Giants 43. Second half Queensland Cup, Burleigh Bears 28, leaving the Tweed Seagulls 0. There's no score early first half between Mackay and Central Queensland. Super Netball, West Coast 9, Adelaide 7, first quarter. A-League men, Melbourne victory running away with them now, leading Central Coast 4-1. While full-time in the women, A-League women, Perth Glory and Central Coast Mariners, a scoreless draw. From the short kick-off, Osako 10 short of halfway plays it. It goes left to Gilbert, tackled 7 short of halfway. Schneider a dummy half. Sends it away left away to Finafuiaki. Oh, Louis, I've been impressed with both second rows. Finafuiaki on the right, Lemuelu on the left for the Dolphins. Played to Schneider. Goes centre field left, Plath away. Isaiah Katoa to Nicarima. He throws a cut-out ball over to Selwyn Cobbo. Takes on Sione Katoa. He beats him. Past Hines. Past Kennedy to score. He's over in the corner. Did he get it down before his foot went over the touchline? Yes, according to the touch judge and referee Sutton with 3.5 to go. He's deceptively quick, Selwyn Cobbo. He took off. Dolphins 30, Cronulla Sutherland 10, and even more people start to pile out of Shark Park.
Isn't it funny? He just gets the ball. It's slow. He's slow to get moving, but as soon as he's up and running, he's lightning. Got a beautiful fend. Just watching his feet as he goes down and
simultaneous maybe.
I think his knee stays in and his foot stays up.
It's close.
It's very close, but I just love this speed. His dead set standing start. He got Sione Katoa, who's no slouch. You got Will Kennedy, who's no slouch.
And he made Nico Hines look like he was running on the treadmill.
Yes. But I reckon his knee hits the ground as his feet's still up in the air.
Right knee down.
Foot's still in the air, so there's still space.
Try, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm going to say try.
Try confirmed. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, very tight, and it was that fend which allowed him just to burn Sione Katoa the speed, and then that fend which just pushed Katoa off. And yeah, this has been very ugly now for the Cronulla Sharks.
Well, it's now 5 tries to 2, 30 points to 10, and Asako, 22 metres out right on that eastern touchline, will attempt to kick his 6th goal. 30 to 10 to the Dolphins. And the try there to Selwyn Cobbo. That's his first as a Dolphin. I dare say it won't be his last. That acceleration was extraordinary. So Asako right out wide, inside 3 minutes to go. The Dolphins heading for a really big win over Cronulla. A worrying defeat and performance from the Sharks at home. Asako will begin his run up from beyond the eastern touchline. There are 11,000 here. There'd only be 4,000 here now. The mass exodus. Here comes the kick from Asako. You could hear boot on ball, and he kicks another one. That's a great kick. 6 out of 7 for him. And it's the Dolphins 32, Cronulla Sutherland 10, after the Warriors beat Newcastle 38 points to 12. 2 minutes 21 to go. Your texts are welcome right through the day and night. 0467 920 222. Gaz says the Sharks team is leading the way out of the ground. Yes, I know. Lemuelu, Finafuiaki, ex-Cowboys, Sob, and Gilbert and Hammer. Stop it, says Mike the Cowboy. Yeah, sorry, Mike. Gee, there's some good players that are gone. Luke Lewis, the entire Cronulla Southern squad, tremendous slouches. Cronulla will be lucky to make the 8, reckons Randy Andy. Up the fins, go the Dolphins. They're a smoky for the top 4 this year. From Tim, Sharks fans exodus from the stadium. Just a really average club all round, really, says Jeff in Sunshine. Morris from Fairfield, come on, Andrew, GSB time. Yes. Oh, I got it in there. Yeah. Now the Dolphins, 19 out from their own line. It goes left to Morgan Knowles. Heavy work rate today. Plays at 25 out from his own line. Schneider out of dummy half. Step past Hazelton. Now caught 12 metres short of halfway with the assistance of Talakai. It's played to Platt. Open side right to Knowles. Then away Isaiah Katoa. Tabuai Pado to Avarillo. 2 halfway. Links up down the right wing to Asako. Ran out of room. Cuts in field and beat Trindle easily. Now he's caught by Iro. 27 out from the line. 5 in from touch western side and Stone Street. Played on the last to Avarillo. Goes left to Isaiah Katoa. Bombs away. Coming through Tabuai Pado. Kennedy spilled it, knock on. And the Dolphins will get a scrum feed at this time. Well, there will be. 1:15 to go. 10 metres out from the Cronulla Sutherland goal line.
Oh, that score here is going to be a very, very ugly score.
Well, they got beat by 20 last week, Louis, in Bathurst, and now they're down by 22 already.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a lack of concentration there for Will Kay. I think that a lot of the Cronulla boys are looking up the time clock, waiting for this hooter to go. So they've got to be careful here, because I reckon the Dolphins can snip and try here. You can see something brewing over here between Selwyn and Cobbo. We've got Hamiso out the back. They're talking about something. So
a try here, yes or no? 40 seconds left.
Not off the scrum.
They take
Maybe
forever to feed it. Asako does. It comes to the left. Schneider to Isaiah Katoa. Then got the pass away to Connolly. They call him Lemuelu. Oh yeah, 36-10. Dolphins are in. Lemuelu the try, and they prove you wrong for about the first time in 7 years.
And I said play 3.
Yeah, I know you're 2 out, Louis.
Oh no, I couldn't see it happening off the scrum, but that is just a horrible defence from the Cronulla Sharks. They get up, they're number on number, but you know what the difference was? It was the speed of Isaiah Katoa. This time he doesn't go slow. He gets the ball, he takes off, and then you got who was it running that beautiful line there? Lemuelu. He just punches into a really nice hole on the outside shoulder of Britt Nickera, and he just goes over as easy as you like. That was soft defence and beautiful execution from the Dolphins.
And Michael, that's 3 tries in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And it is, I think, a true reflection of the game. They've been totally dominant, except for the opening exchanges. I think this has been a wonderful performance from the Dolphins, but wow, this is back-to-back poor performances now from the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, 2 very heavy defeats. This one at home. Asako, 18 out. About 5 to the left of the post. 36-10 to the Dolphins. Try to Conley Lemuelu. They're third in 5 minutes. Here's Asako. Strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal again. He'll finish with 7 from 8. And the Dolphins have thrashed Cronulla Sutherland at Shark Park 38 points to 10. 38-10. We'll wrap things up here for the next 13 or 14 minutes and then head to Gosford for the game between South Sydney and the West Tigers. There's Glenn Lauder, Ruan Sims and Dean Hallertau. But gee, 6 tries for the Dolphins to Jake Avarillo on the 20th minute, Jermaine Asako 31st, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow on the 39th, Jake Avarillo his second try in the 75th minute, Selwyn Cobbo scored in the 77th and Conley Lemuelu in the 80th. Jermaine Asako 7 goals from 8 attempts, 2 restarts, 2 challenges that were successful. For Cronulla Sutherland, 10 points, a try to Sam Stonestreet in the 27th minute, Braden Trindle in the 49th, Nico Hines 1 goal from 2 attempts, 9 set restarts for the Sharkies. Blake Brayley on report for a trip in the 55th minute, no challenges, penalties, 6-1 to the Dolphins, who turn a 16-4 halftime lead into a 38 points to 10 victory before a crowd of 11,096. The Dolphins now have won back-to-back games to get their season on track after a first-half loss to South Sydney. The reverse is true of Cronulla Sutherland. They started with an easy win over the Gold Coast, but then well beaten by Penrith in Bathurst and really well beaten tonight by the Dolphins. They are exciting to watch, the Dolphins. When it clicks for them, whether it's for small periods of game or long periods of games, they can be thrilling to watch, and their progress this year is going to be exciting under the coaching of Christian Wolf, no doubt. They look to make the NRL finals for the first time. Head down to Michael very, very shortly and get some reaction, particularly from the Dolphins. Gee, that when it needed to be at their best, the Dolphins, they were, Louis. They are exciting to watch when it's clicking for them.
When it clicks, yes, definitely. I thought there was a couple of opportunities where they probably could have took a bit earlier, but you know what, they didn't need to. They built the game, and that's what coach Christian Wolf wanted, and they got the opportunities when they need to. When they had their penalties, they took 2 points, so great win.
One player back for them. He's a great player to watch, Max Platt. Here he is with Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Max, couple of games under your belt now. How was it out there?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Just getting the match fitness back. I felt like I've prepared as well as I can over the last couple of months, and yeah, mate, that was a good win there. It felt good.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked good from the sideline. I guess you guys probably weren't expecting to run away with the game like that, but you guys were outstanding today.
Yeah, and we're aware of that, mate. And at the end of the day, it's possession. You know, the last 2 games or last game and a half we played was really poor possession, and that last second half we played against the Titans, we turned it around, and that's the blueprint that you need to play play, and I felt like we did that the whole game.
The player we got our first look at live was Morgan Knowles. He does some work in the middle of the field alongside you.
Mate, he's so great to play with. It feels like it's just like, you know, we're pretty similar and we play alike and we just want to get after the games and mate, it's so good. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season with him.
You got a big smile on your face. Enjoy the win and good to see you back on the park.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah, he's a quality player, Max Plath, no doubt about it. Started at hooker, finished in the middle. Right knee has so much strapping on it, but it's great to see him back, like it is with Tom Gilbert. Unfortunately, no Tom Flegler today. He missed the game. All right, let's get back downstairs now in the Dolphins camp, MC.
Yeah, just with Jermaine Sarko. Jermaine, great performance from you guys. You must be loving finishing at the end of that back line.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Obviously, the result reflects the way we played tonight, and the first couple of rounds, mate, we knew we were very rusty. Yeah, obviously off the back of a lot of errors that we were making in our own half, but I thought we came here tonight with the right mindset. We knew it was going to be a tough game against the Sharkies, but I thought we defended well, and off the back of that, our attack flowed off the back of our defence, and I think there was a period there in the first half where we went, it was a cycle for about 20 minutes, and it's something that we've been working on all pre-season, mate, so it's credit to all the lads tonight.
You mentioned how patchy you were in the first two games. There was none of that tonight. What was the difference?
Just completing our sets, I think. Having a mentality to knock the front door down first, play through the middle. Obviously, with the new rule changes made, the 6 agains, and the speed that we've got throughout this outfit, mate, we knew that if we could, get through a few of those big boys in the middle there, we'd create some ruck speed and, generate a fast game there. And I thought we did that tonight. And, like I said, the scoreboard reflects, our performance.
Outstanding performance. Enjoy the win.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's quality, isn't he? Jermaine Asako down there with Michael Carianis. Dolphins 38, Cronulla Sutherland 10, and earlier at Hunter Stadium, Warriors 38. Far too good for Newcastle 12. He scored another try. He scored 3 in 3 games. The hammer. So Tabuai Fado with Michael.
Yes, 3 tries in 3 games, and easily your side's best performance of the season, mate. What did you put that down to?
Just our defense. I think when we get to the team we want to be and how we want to play, especially winning the defensive side of it, I think we go a long way, and we worked on that during the week, and it paid off tonight.
We just spoke with Jermaine Asako, and he goes, with the speed that you guys have, you definitely included the fact with the new rules and the 6 again, it can probably work to your advantage. Are you sensing that out there?
Yeah, it sort of speeds the game up a little bit, and it brings our side backs in the game more as well, especially with that quick rock. The boys just shoot down through the middle, especially Herbie when he comes to the middle and offloads there. It works to the back's advantage, and it's a good rule to have, especially when you have speed in your team.
I know we should get used to it because we've seen him throw some magical balls as Isaiah Katoa, but that pass he threw on that right hand side for that try, how would you sum up that ball?
Yeah, he does it at training. You can see him line up. I was right next to him too, and you can see him line up, and I saw Maine in the wing there, and you can see it coming, but just the class of play he is. He's a special kid, and he's got a lot of growing to do, and it's good to see.
Great performance, mate. Enjoy the win.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, Hamaso Tabuai Fado speaking with Michael Carianis. 38-10 Dolphins over Cronulla Sutherland here at Shark Park, and we might have time for another Michael Carianis special. Oh, he's racing after the Cole figure. It's good of him after a heavy defeat. Tom Hazelton's with you, Michael.
Yeah, Tommy, what did you make of that performance? You started well, but just couldn't stay with him, I guess, throughout the match.
Yeah, just rugby league, mate. If you hold the ball and you turn it over in a good position and you kick well and defend well, you win most games, and that's what they did tonight. They're a good side, and they're going to have a good year. They've got a lot of quality players, and if you let their threats, have ball in space, they can hurt you, and they did that tonight.
A couple of weeks ago, you guys were outstanding here against the Titans. Now back to back, disappointing performances. What's the difference between week 1 compared to the last fortnight?
Look, mate, we're going to get our lessons out of it. I think just a bit of discipline. Not turning the ball over, not giving penalties up, just completing and kicking, doing what they did to us more or less, mate. So that's a disappointing thing.
Good luck next week against the Raiders.
Thank you, mate.
Tom Hazelton with Michael Carianis. Hang around down there, MC. We'll get your final thoughts shortly. Louis, ABC Player of the Year points. I expect this to be fins, and more fins.
Yeah, definitely all fins. I thought they played really well tonight, and there was they had to work for it. And it was the first 20 minutes I thought they spoke about it out there very, very well. They built that game. They were happy to get into the arm wrestle, and I haven't seen them do that for a long time. So it's a good way for them to build their game and win tonight, especially here at Shark Park. It's not an easy place to come and do it, and they got the job done. But the 3 points goes to Finifuiaki. I thought he was really, really good on the edge, and the way that he played tonight, it was just tough. But he ate up a lot of metres, so he went in and done a lot of work for the Dolphins coming out of their own end. I went Herbie Farnworth for 2. I thought he was brilliant. Every time he got the ball, he just looked super sharp. He was always threatening, comes up with a really nice off play to find the hammer. I would like to see him get a little bit more ball in that second half, but he could only do what he could do. And I thought Tommy Gilbert in the middle of the field was brilliant as well. I really like what he did. Tonight it wasn't about all their superstars, it was just about all the hard guys. The guys just doing the hard work, getting them out of their own end and waiting for opportunities to step up. So those 3 guys for me, they stood out.
Herbie Farnworth's a game changer, isn't he?
He's amazing. He's a great footballer. They just got to learn to get him a little bit more ball a tad bit earlier.
So 3 points to Finifuiaki, their second row. I thought both second rows are very good. Kelikefu, Finifuiaki 3. 2 points to centre Herbie Farnworth and 1 point to returning front rower Tom Gilbert. And earlier for the Warriors, 38-12 win over Newcastle. Matthew Elliott gave 3 points to Jackson Ford, 2 points to Tanner Boyd and 1 point to Tane Tuapiki, all going to the Warriors. Now, updating scores around the grounds. Jersey Fleet today, Warriors 46 beat Newcastle 6. Canterbury Bankstown 30 beat Canberra 26. Parramatta 12 over St George Illawarra 10. Cronulla Sutherland 22 beat Melbourne 12. South and West Tigers a 22 all draw. New South Wales Cup, Newcastle 32 beat the Warriors 22. Melbourne 20 over Newtown 12. Canterbury Bankstown 28 defeated Canberra 26. South 20 beat West Magpies 12. Queensland Cup, 2 tries in a row for Tweed, but Burleigh Bears 28 lead the Seagulls 10, and Mackay have scored early to lead Central Queensland 4-0. That's in the Queensland Cup. AFL, Gold Coast 128 defeated Richmond 60, and currently in the final quarter, St Kilda 77, leading the GWS Giants 55, and later Fremantle host Melbourne Demons. In the Super Netball, Sunshine Coast defeated Queensland Firebirds 63-62. Currently second quarter, West Coast Fever 22, leading the Adelaide Thunderbirds 18. In Super Rugby, Queensland over Fiji and Drua 21 points to 6. Canterbury Crusaders 50. Fresh Moana Pacifica 21. A-League men, Melbourne victory 4, defeated Central Coast Mariners 1. They ran away with that in the second half, Melbourne victory. Wellington 2 defeated Brisbane Roar 1 in Brisbane, and MacArthur FC away defeated Auckland 2-1. In the A-League women, it's ended up being a scoreless draw between Perth Glory and the Central Coast Mariners. In the NBL finals, the basketball final series, game 1 in Sydney, and the Kings lead the Adelaide 36ers by 10, 27-17 early on. So that's what's been happening in the WNCL. That's the Women's National Cricket League final. Queensland won a rain-affected game over New South Wales at Cricket Central in Sydney by 8 runs. Queensland 7 for 332. New South Wales 5 for 212. The new target was 220 off 32 overs. An 8-run victory for Queensland. Well, Michael Carianis, the lasting impressions of this game to me, Dolphins, yes, and Cronulla, what's doing?
Yeah, no doubt, Andrew. And like Louis and I had high hopes for the Dolphins to start the year, and they were poor in their first 2 games. And this was the Dolphins that we probably anticipated to start the year. And their attacking spark is amazing. And you look at what Jermaine Asako said, the new rule suits this side probably better than most because of the speed they have in that team. And, you know, whilst they have so much spark, there is nothing doing for the Cronulla Sharks in that department at the moment. Last week it was off the back of Blake Brayley. Today it was off the back of Braden Trindle. Where is Nico?
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't think if Trindle's not in great form setting things up, nothing gets done. Thanks, MC. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, mate.
Michael Carianis will join us for the pre-game show tomorrow from midday at Western Sydney Stadium. We've got 90 seconds left. Louis, how concerned are you as a Sharks premiership winner about where their campaign's at?
Yeah, I'm not happy with not happy that they've had 2 losses. Tough one last week, but the way they played tonight, I thought the energy levels from the Sharkies were just not there. So they've got a lot of work to do. I felt like they were very tired, so their fitness looked a little bit down, and their combinations didn't look very good. But I don't know if it's the Penrith effect from playing them last week either. But yeah, look, I'm not worried just yet. But ask me again if they have another 2 losses in the next 2 weeks, I'll be very concerned.
On the text line, Tom, Tony from Bingara says, great to hear you back in form. The mellow yellow 10 plus. Thank you, Tony. Good call, chaps. Blood in the water, some said, and it's coming from the Sharks' gills. Hope